What's going on, everybody? Cali Death Podcast back once again, episode 113. I'm Anthony Trapani. How you guys doing on your Thursday, Friday, whatever day you're listening to this? I hope you're doing good. Here as always with my resident homies, Casey, Joel, and Joseph. Joseph starting it off with us tonight. He's going to be with us for a little bit, and then he's going to have to take off, but at least we get the professor for a little bit in the beginning. And yeah, dude. Joseph's so eager to get these new shirts added, so we'll just go into the plugs real quick.
Yeah, buddy.
Look at that motherfucker right there. Full color Cali Death Podcast t-shirt. That design was the thumbnail for our 100th episode. You could see, if you're watching this, you could see in the background we got California, we got the palm trees, got some alien dude on a microphone talking shit. And yeah, dude, come to calideathpodcast.bigcartel.com. Get yourself a t-shirt. We got the OG logos that we've modified, move the front logo over to the other side. Those are available too. $20 for those, 25 for the zombie. We call it the zombie design.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's actually the old t-shirt there, Joel. And
oh, it's me. Oh,
Casey.
Now the logo is on the
yeah,
other
just
side.
imagine that logo on the other side, and
Yes.
that's the new version.
Rest.
Yeah.
all those guitar straps that were getting in the way. We
sorry,
we figured it out, guys. But yeah, go over there, please help support the show. This isn't free. We've been coming out of pocket to do this thing ever since the beginning, and this is an opportunity for you guys to help this thing make. What the fuck? Make this thing a lot easier for us to do, even though it's so fun every single week. It still costs money, so make it a little bit easier for us, guys. If you enjoy this thing, also subscribe at all our normal spots. Twitch.tv. Let's see that number go up. YouTube's about to hit 2,000 subscribers pretty fucking soon. So if you're not a subscriber, help us get to that 2,000 mark. Also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, if you're a listener. Yeah, I think that's it for us. Tonight battleforgecoffee.com, guys. I usually started out with that, but Joseph was exciting me with that new shirt there. Battleforgecoffee.com. It's our homies over in Deeds of Flesh. You know, we all love caffeine. We all use it every day. It's the most used drug in the world. Why not buy it from a death metal band, dude?
Fuck yeah.
I mean, really.
That's a good pitch right there. I like it.
Yeah, exactly. They got shirts, they got mugs, they got all that shit over there too. So go check it out, battleforgecoffee.com. Now, we're joined by a man from one of his bands. Is this actually, it's funny, we didn't even plan this, but it's the second week of a gore prefix band. We got Gorguts last week. And tonight we are joined by Damian Leski of Gorgasm and Broken Hope. What's going on, Damian?
What's up, fellas?
Thanks, dude. This was rad. We had you set up for later, but it was cool that the schedule was able to work out. We had to reschedule this week, and you're here with us tonight, dude. And I'm so excited for it.
It's a pleasure, man. Fuck yeah.
Before we start, I just want to say that Gorgasm really was and still is a very important band to me. When I was 18, I called you guys my favorite band, and watching you guys on the bloodletting tour that you guys did with Spawn, Pyemia, and Severed Savior, that locked it in for me.
That's where we met too. We've actually met there, by the way.
Joel and I, our friendship started that night at the last show of that tour.
Yeah, bringing people together.
Exactly, dude. And my first question to you actually is a different one than normal, because I want to see if you remember this. But do you remember being in the South City area where you guys were practicing at Severed's rehearsal studio, getting ready for that last show in San Jose?
Very vaguely, man. I do recall that. I do recall going there with Murray and everything. But yeah. I mean, you're going.
So
back.
I was just gonna try and see if I could spark a memory for you. Do you remember a young stoner kid driving a 72 Chevelle that drove you from the hotel to the rehearsal studio? You remember driving in a fast car when you were there?
Man, I I'm not gonna bullshit. I can't fucking remember.
It's all good, dude. But that was me.
Yeah.
That was me. I was 18 years old. You guys were my
Yeah.
favorite band at the time, and I thought it was so cool that it was kind of like a Bronx Tale situation where I was like the young driver kid that's trying to like make it higher in the ranks, and I was, the one
Yeah, you're
driving
going
you guys.
back some years, man. That's like what, 2003, I think.
Yeah, dude. It really was. I was shit. Like I said, I was either before 18 or right at 18 when that was going, because I bought my next car after that at 19, so it had to have been before that, But I just thought it was so cool going to hang out at your hotel room with you guys and all that shit, smoking weed and
Yeah.
watching you guys rehearse for that show too, and watching you guys in your rehearsal mode too. It was all just such a treat for me. So yeah, just wanted to bring that one up.
Yeah.
Hell
And
yeah,
before
dude.
we get into anything later, just wanted to say it was an honor to share the stage with you in Chicago last year. It's already been a year, I guess, but yeah, in July at Domination Fest, where
likewise.
Gorgasm and then To Violently Vomit played, and yeah, you guys put on a great show, and you're keeping it going. So
shit, I messed up, dude. In the plugs area, we were supposed to say one other thing. Casey and Joseph are both teaching lessons right now. We were going to start plugging that too. Hit them up on their social media, Instagram, Facebook. Casey, you have a website that you just launched, CaseyHowardDrums.com. You can figure it out there. But yeah, if you're in the Orange County area, hit up the professor, Joseph. And if you're in the North County area, is that what you said, Casey?
Yes, sir.
San Diego. If you're in North County, San Diego, or adjacent to that, and you want Casey to teach you how to blast beat, then hit this dude up.
Well, Joseph can do the same. Yeah, we're pretty good. Orange County and North
It was a
County.
pleasure seeing you guys as well, man. It was like one of my highlights.
Fuck yeah.
Oh hell yeah, dude. Yeah. And like I said just before this, Broken Hope with Devourment in LA, also a great show. So I've seen you twice in the last year or two, and each show was fucking amazing. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, I'm so glad this is happening. We're already popping off in the chat, so that's good. How you guys doing up in there? So Damian, how we like to do it on the show is take us back as far as you can, dude. Let's go back into that memory bank and
I will do my
best. find us an early memory of when your attention was forced towards a melody, song, a vocal arrangement, something like that. Anywhere in your childhood as far as you can go, and tell us what it is and how that all started.
Well, I will have to give credit to my dad, because he was a musician. He was a jazz pianist, and so that kind of probably influenced me, just hearing him play around the house and stuff like that, and him play records. And then I was kind of pushed into playing piano when I was young. And then I was like able to pick up like melodies just from like hearing shit like that, and then it got a little more serious when he got me to take lessons, which that became a drag, because like you're kind of like forcing somebody to do something that you're not really into. But
right,
whatever. Long story short, I got a knack for it. I was able to like read music at a pretty young age, but again, I wasn't into the stuff that I was like kind of forced to play.
Totally.
So
being a piano, learning piano too, especially when you don't, or learning anything when you don't. You were just mentioning this, like being forced into doing something. It most likely isn't going to go as planned.
Yeah,
by that, but at least it opened your brain to want to pursue music at some point down the road.
With that being said, it did kind of open up some doors for me, I guess, perception wise, as far as just creativity. I would just make up melodies of my own, you know what I mean? And then I would kind of like mimic stuff that I hear, the cool stuff that I hear. And but then I'd started skipping lessons and all that shit. Just started hanging out with my friends.
What kind of music was playing around the house? What were your parents listening to?
My dad was like into a lot of jazz. That was like his favorite shit. But also classical music. And man, I remember like growing
not really a lot of rock and roll going though.
Yeah, no, I mean like not I can't really recall. Not like, like Black Sabbath or nothing like that. I mean, like once in a while I'd hear him, popping stuff like that on, but it wasn't like a regular thing. It was more I don't know, more traditional stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If I can say that. But there was a lot of like Pink Floyd. I mean, I remember like being like 7 or 8 years old, and we had a huge ass Pink Floyd poster in the living room, and I'd be listening to like Pink Floyd records with my headphones and just airing guitar, and that kind of like inspired me to like always wanted to play guitar, but yeah, that kind of like where it started,
Pink Floyd was where the guitar
Floyd,
came.
I was like that dreamy kind of just fucking forget where you are,
atmospheric.
Yeah.
I don't think we talk about Pink Floyd enough on this podcast, actually. But I have a Pink Floyd poster right up in front of me right here. It's really
I mean, what's his name? Jesus, I can't think of his fucking name. What's the fucking guitar player's name?
David Gilmour.
David Gilmour. Jesus.
Yeah. Dude,
he was just like, I mean, one of my first idols, because just how he would take you away, like the least amount of notes, but give you like the biggest.
It was just like those dreamy fucking solos, like totally. I don't know how to describe it. It was just, it would just kind of move you,
Totally, dude. Like it's we like to use the term hypnotic. There's certain bands that can put you in a hypnosis while you're listening to them.
Yeah,
his solos are a little sneaky too. Like there's some parts that are like surprisingly like tricky, like,
the bends and stuff.
Like, the way he connects phrases together is really like, whoa, cool. Very creative. It's
and then I guess that's kind of where it started. And then obviously.
So what age was that when you decided you were gonna stop sitting down at the piano and want to pick up?
Well, seriously, dude, like I remember like getting my first guitar at probably like the age of maybe 15, really.
Oh, okay.
14, 15.
When did you quit the piano?
When did I quit?
Yeah.
I mean, I always like tinkered around, but I just kind of like lost interest in like playing, and like I stated earlier, I stopped going to lessons, and I was just more so hanging out with my friends, being an idiot, and just getting into trouble. But I always wanted to play guitar, and finally like one of my dad's bandmates loaned me fucking dude, it was a Rickenbacker guitar, right?
Oh wow.
So like how a Rickenbacker, like what's that?
Was it semi-hollow? One of those semi-hollow ones?
No, it was just like a regular one. It looked like a bass, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Guitar. So like the neck was super fat. It was like really hard to play, and the action was like super fucking high. And I was like, oh man, but like I don't know, man. I'll always say it kind of made me play harder. You know what I mean? And made me like work at it. So it kind of like I always emphasize that it kind of made me like a heavier down picker, because I don't know, I had to work at it,
for sure.
And then I just developed from there.
So a couple of questions before we move on from there is one, we'd like to hear about the teenage years, like how your progression getting more and more extreme with music and all that stuff happened. Was it friends in high school, middle school that you were hanging with that were adjacent to like how you were looking at music? Were people somebody have an older brother? Do you have an older brother that was feeding you shit that
Oh well, yeah, I can answer that question. So me and my mom, actually, my dad was, like I said, he was a musician, so he was like like kind of touring around, but he ended up working in Chicago, and he migrated to Chicago like a year before me and my mom came down. And we ended up moving to an apartment, and our landlord son, who was like, I don't know, he was like already in his like later teenage years, but he was a metalhead, right?
Mhm.
And he'd always be like, kind of just like, hey man, check this out. And it was like Iron Maiden, Sabbath, and stuff like that, you know.
Hell
And
yeah.
and so like, yeah, kind of, I want to, you know, credit him for like influencing me on a lot of that kind of, you know, like heavier music.
Right.
Um,
And how old were you at the time?
well, when I migrated, I was like just going on 9 years old.
9 years old.
Yeah. So I didn't, you know, like didn't really understand that type of music really, because like I said, I was still kind of in that Pink Floyd and, you know, like a couple other things I can't recall right now, but more of that like more mellow mode, you know.
Mhm.
But he was always like kind of, oh, you got to check this out, and this and that, you know. He was kind of like a partier, and you know, I wasn't, but he'd
Right.
always be like putting on these records for me, man. And I'm like, I don't know, it just kind of clicked, you know. And I was like, man, I kind of like that, you know.
Totally.
Then when I heard like Maiden, I was like, wow, you know, like really like the guitar. My dog's going crazy. Hey, chill.
So I was just wondering, did you learn English like starting when you arrived here?
So I took like I can remember, man. So like I migrated from Poland. I took like English lessons there for maybe like a couple weeks before I came down, and then once I migrated, I went to grade school here. I took like English lessons for like I want to say like 3 weeks, and then I didn't. They told me you don't even need lessons anymore because I basically learned English within the course of a summer. I picked it up real
Jesus.
quick. I didn't have
Wow.
any like friends, you know, like Polish friends here. So and I lived right across the street from a park district. So I'd just be hanging out there and just absorbing, you know. And I think at that age, you just naturally absorb a lot of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So
Right.
yeah,
Sponging.
I picked it up super quick, man. You know?
Now that I'm realizing everything, there's a reason why there wasn't that much rock and roll in the house, because your dad was growing up in Poland, and there's a lot of like classical and jazz Polish artists. So
Yeah.
it just makes sense that now I'm putting it all together. Your dad is from Poland. He grew up in Poland. He was already an adult in Poland. So the
Yeah.
rock and roll that we would have been exposed to at a young age over here isn't the same as over there.
That's true. That's definitely true. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, there's, you know, I mean, there was like some classic rock, but I can't really I can't remember the names of the bands, you know, but it was like, I don't know, you know, it was,
I wasn't really trying to bring it back to rock. I was just
yeah,
speaking out loud because I'm putting all the pieces together as I'm listening to it.
yeah. No, I hear you. It's just, yeah, it was more like I mentioned earlier, it was just more like more mellow shit, you know, at that time.
Mhm.
And more jazz, you know, more jazz influence. That was played around the house all the time.
Okay, so you got the landlord's son who's feeding you stuff. How long did you hang out with him, and how much stuff did he really feed you?
Well, we lived there for shit, maybe like 4 years or something like that at that apartment. And yeah, so I would say like, you know, good 4 years of him just like, you know, like playing all kinds of shit for me, you know, and I was, you know, I was absorbing the shit that stuck, you know what I mean?
Totally.
Um, but yeah, man,
And then so then you're growing up with that, and then when's the next time you meet a like-minded metalhead?
fuck, dude. I started listening to there was a radio station back in the day, WVVX, which is actually Rebel Radio now, and they were always like pumping out metal, like you know early Megadeth, fucking Metallica, um, fucking Metal Church, you know a lot of thrash metal. My dog. And
What's your dog's name? We're a pet friendly.
my dog's name is Hope, actually. There she is.
Hey, doggy.
Hi, Hope.
Oh, a little shy. Super shy.
Like, what are you
Love it.
doing in my spot?
That's
Yeah,
right.
she's got like fucking every bed in the house and on the couch.
I read something too. This is kind of a random tidbit that makes no sense right now, but that polka music is where mariachi music came from. There you go.
That I don't know.
No way.
Yeah, what do you think, Anthony? What do you think, Anthony? That's cool. So you came over. I mean, I've heard a lot of people say that. I've had people say that they came over from another country and they just watched TV and they fucking learned the language, and that completely blows my mind. That, I mean, especially now, you can't really put it in perspective now, like what you're saying. At that age, you're kind of just taking it in, soaking.
Exactly.
Like at this age, you're just like, what? Like hola? Like,
it's funny, man. Like sometimes I can't remember like what I did yesterday, but I can remember the actual fucking the flight from Europe here, you know what I mean, and like all the crazy shit. And but yeah, fucking
that's trippy, man.
So 40 years later,
So from there, I mean, basically, so you're playing, getting out of the piano. Well, you got your guitar. What was the first guitar you said? The Rickenbacker, and then from there,
it was that Rickenbacker, yep.
And then you started jamming with some folks, or were you just learning
no,
songs?
Not at that time. I was just kind of just fucking around myself, and just copying shit. Like I said, old, like I started trying to learn Iron Maiden melodies, and I wasn't even like learning the whole song. I was just like learning I was just kind of just copying the stuff that stuck,
Mm-hmm.
I'd just be like walking around during the day and just humming these fucking notes in my head, and then I would just try to mimic them. And I don't know, I was able to do it. But not
so that's actually not the first time we've heard it, but it's more rare that you were kind of learning your own shit and learning how to play guitar at the same time versus playing other people's music,
Yeah, exactly. I would just like, learn, like pick up a little melody here and there, and then I would just kind of like make up a little melody of my own based on what I just,
right
copied, but yeah, I mean that's kind of, if I go back, that's how I learn, just by mimicking,
So at 15, was there any extreme bands that you were listening to? Like, were you starting to dig into the underground at that age, or was it a little bit later?
Like, I also recall him playing like, a lot of like punk, some hardcore stuff, back in the day too, that I was like, I didn't fully understand it at the time because it was like more noisy to me. And I was like, this is like kind of like crazy, but,
Mm-hmm.
But then, once I hit high school, I remember like my freshman year, I was hanging out with like these punkers, right? And I was like, we just hit it off. Fucking, they exposed me to a lot of like a lot of hardcore and punk, and that was like probably came before I started really absorbing metal. In a sense, I was listening. I started off with that, and then got more into like grindcore before I actually transitioned into like death metal.
Sure. So there really wasn't like a thrash metal stepping stone. It was punk to grindcore.
And then yeah, it was more like punk to grindcore to like absorbing thrash metal for what it was, like the intricacies, and like I started like really getting into like guitar duos and shit, and I was like, oh man, this is shit, and that really like influenced probably me wanting to like kind of play like that.
Isn't that great about the umbrella genre of metal, is that there's so many doorways in, you can get there through many points. It's not just one point, like but there is these relationships between punk and grindcore and death metal, and so you eventually like you'll find your way to death metal if you just follow the more extreme sounding band setups.
I think like, to me, I think the more you're absorbed to, it'll kind of influence you in the long run, and kind of make you who you are. I think it's good to be exposed to many elements of music, you know,
Totally.
genre, and I don't regret that. I'm, you know, I'm very happy that you know, that it worked out, because, you know, it kind of molded me to do what I do. You know, I like
Mm-hmm.
I just like extreme forms of music, whether it's fucking crazy jazz, classical, and, you know, just I mean, that just kicks my ass. You know, it's got to strike a nerve, whatever music you're listening to.
Exactly.
You got to walk away with something, you know, some kind of fucking.
And it's just
element.
it's crazy to go from punk to, you know, needing the most extreme forms of underground technical music. Yeah, because
Totally.
that really is a niche. Like everything that we love, you know, the crazy technical jazz music or shredding classical music, or, you know, technical death metal and all these crazy, intricate, complex styles of music. Like we had to go through all of these journeys to get to be able to absorb the word you were saying, absorb something that complex.
Yeah.
And it sounds pretentious saying it like that, but it is true. Like if we were to put fucking, you know, Destined to Violate on for, you know, my 13-year-old cousin who only listens to pop music, it's not going to register. It's not. It's going to sound. It won't. We won't even be able to tell what it sounds like to a brain that has not been exposed to anything like that. You know.
I know. On
It's
Friday, I
good
went and
to.
saw. Oh, go ahead, Danny.
I guess I could just call it roots. You know, like
Mhm.
roots, fucking just extreme music. You
do
know,
put your roots
gotta
in.
start somewhere, man. You know, like you said, you know, maybe your 13-year-old would be like, has never heard that, and, you know, hearing some pop music or whatever, may be the, like, the most craziest shit they hear, you know, and
Yeah.
you can't argue with that, you know,
No. Totally.
Yeah, the taste.
it
You
is what
can't.
it is, man,
Yeah.
you know,
No, I'm not saying, I'm not putting one style versus the other. I'm just saying there is like this, you know, like here we go. Anthony's gonna say this software upgrade that happens along the way. My fucking whole spiel about that.
Surprised we
Dude.
don't have a banner for that yet. We need to get that.
Oh geez.
I know you guys are fucking so tired of hearing it, but I think it's a great metaphor to be able to explain that phenomena that happens.
It's
And
so true. I mean, not to cut you off, but I just saw on Friday for Trevor's birthday, we all went and saw Stanley Clark do a Chick Corea, like a tribute to Chick Corea, and I was sitting there just like I was like fucking yelling like I was at a metal show in between songs. I was like fucking Jesus
that was
Christ.
like one of my dad's favorites, man, like Chick Corea,
It was
around the house all the time, you know, so.
Oh man, and the way they ended the show was just like the super shredding part, and then and I was just like, oh, I was the most loud person there, and I was like, just like fucking.
You know, like the thing is, like at that age, I didn't appreciate it, you know, for what it was, like, you know, just how fucking good it was, you know, like now it's, you know, like listen to it, I'm like, God, you know, like blown away, you know, but it's
As a kid,
it's an extreme form in itself, you know, so
totally. Yeah, it took metal and death metal and crazy getting out there with like the technical crazy shit to like for me to kind of go backwards and reverse engineer and then go watch a crazy jazz show where I'm like, that's fucking sicker than anyone in metal right now. I don't know what the fuck with, you know, but I wouldn't start there at all and go, you know, I have to like appreciate it later after I've already gotten
I think
into
we
it.
honestly do this type of thing, dude. When we go through what we listen to, we go through phases and we kind of look back on things and we kind of re-sweep everything to make sure we didn't miss anything and enjoy the stuff. You know, it's just I go through these phases all the time, but this show has actually put me back into like a true death metal phase. Like more death metal phases have happened in my, you know, the last 10 years of my life have happened in the last 2 years just because of this show. You know, I go through big, you know, where I just got to listen to jazz and classical. That's like, it's great to listen to when you have 3 kids. It's not too overbearing for anything, and it could always be in the background. And it's also, you know, help contributing to maybe some synapses connecting in the young ones' brains, blah blah blah. You know,
Totally.
And I was also going to bring up as like, you know, like different genres of music. So let's say, shit, we go back like fucking, you know, over 100 years ago, like classical music. I mean, think about it. When that shit came out and just how complex it was. I mean, I always wonder like what people fucking thought of that, you know, of that music when it came out, just how chaotic it gets at parts, you know, how crazy, and then how beautiful it is at certain moments.
mm-hmm.
You know, that was the extreme back then, you know.
It was, yeah.
Totally, dude. There's things that caused there's music that caused riots back then.
Yeah.
Dude, where you'd be done with a symphony and people start fighting each
like,
other.
It's crazy to think about it, you know. It's like,
yeah, it's wild, dude. It is really wild, but it's because music is so powerful that it can involuntarily cause you to feel certain things, and sometimes it makes you feel things that you don't want to feel. And we all know how the average human reacts to feeling the way that they don't want to feel. They fight, they fucking attack, their ape mentality comes into play, and they just
You saw
attack,
that Woodstock documentary? Yeah, I know what you're talking about, dude.
Yeah, exactly, dude. So that's exactly what happens. But I like to be challenged. There are, and it's not just with music too, with film. I really like to realize that the director's making me sit uncomfortably through certain things to give me the release finally gave me the release. We were talking about Gorguts and tension and release, and that really is something that is really fun if you're, you know, comfortable with yourself and know that you can have these emotions and it's okay to be human, people. It's all in there.
I agree, man. Fucking
is the professor still on, just teaching a lesson in the background?
The professor is at school. Here, I'm gonna add him.
Okay, Adam. So I saw his head. His head was there for a second.
Currently at in session, teaching a lesson, dude. His mic is
in session.
But he's there. Oh, look at that! He's got the harmony at the top.
Hey, dude, this is the first. Okay, this is the first time we've actually had footage of the professor professing, dude.
He is professing his love for music at the moment.
It's really true, guys. We haven't just been fucking with you for 113 episodes, which also we forgot to mention last week, just not to keep bringing it back to Gorgas. We're still on that high, though. 112 on 112, guys. We didn't even mention that.
Did we not? Oh, Jesus.
We didn't, dude. That's crazy how that lined up, right? 112 on January 12th.
It was on January 12th. It was episode 112 to kind of put that in perspective. But
so we should have definitely got lottery numbers last week.
I know.
I
lost the lottery again. I lost the lottery again last week, so keep losing it. It sucks.
All right. We're in the weeds.
It's fucking Jedi's favorite. Murray's in the chat, by the way.
Shout out Murdoch. Jedi grind.
Murray played for Gorgasm for a tour.
Dude. Yeah, man. Fucking dude. Murray's the man.
That was a European run, right?
What's that?
Was it European? That's where.
Yeah, we did. We did it. I think twice. I want to say. Well, we did like a short run in Europe, and then I think we did like another festival together.
I really loved seeing the footage from that, dude. Murray.
Yeah, we did. I remember. Well, one was like epic. Was NRW Fest. Shout out to my boys in NRW. Man, fucking. It's just like, you know, family fest, dude, in Germany. But goddamn, yeah, that was an epic time. I mean, there's probably like a video or two on YouTube on there, but it's fucking it was just chaos, man. It was
one thing actually really. I mean, I
know played as a 3-piece, you know. So
oh fuck, Jesus! I always heard the lore behind Gorg, and we'll get back to the timeline in a second. But the lore of Gorgasm's picking, the down picking. So. For a lot, so I've heard that for fucking since I was in Decrepit, like long time.
Still wait real quick. We have to put a pin in what 15 or so 15.
Yeah, put a pin somewhere because it's something I've been like waiting to ask because it's always just when I think of Gorgasm, I always think of down picking. That's because of that because it's like the just going super, which was my favorite. I have this like natural twitch and I love down picking. It's one of my favorite things. If I can get it done. down picking. It's so much heavier, and it just when you
just
start
so much more brutal. I mean,
it is.
I don't know, man. There's just obviously a sound difference in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. That's like, it goes back to like my childhood. Like I was saying, I had to work at fucking like
Yeah.
notes,
I thought of that when you said
how
that.
I learned is just fucking down picking, and just hold that shit to this day. If we can down pick it, let's down pick it. Not everything, obviously, but as long as it sounds good and it feels good, and it's a challenge. It's a challenge to fucking to play.
Hell
that.
yeah, it is.
Do you down pick and lesbian stool orgy the melodic part?
We do. Yeah,
fuck yeah.
Yeah,
hell yeah. Hell yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, I mean, if you fucking whatever, what do you call that, fucking
alternate picking?
Yeah. If you do it like that, it just doesn't sound the same.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
So yeah, just gives that punch, so
yeah.
Yeah, man,
my buddy from a Legion, Greg, who's been on the podcast a few times, but he's like one of my good buds, and I was like, he was like, I don't know, it was during COVID, he was struggling, and I was like, and I was doing really good with my job, and I was like, you know what, I'll buy a lesson off you, let's jam. And I was like, I'm having this trouble where I just down pick too much, and like I played him like kind of like a shredding kind of riff, but I was down picking. He's all, don't change that, keep it the same. And I was like, fuck you, dude, I can't like I'm getting older, and I want to like figure it out to like save my energy, because I'm just like I'm like going like down picking all these melodic like little leads and shit, and I'm like, that's just this thing I have to do. Like it's definitely like it's just what I've learned from no lessons, and it's felt comfortable. But
see, that's where I relate to that, because I no lessons. It was just kind of self-taught, and you learn how you learn, and you just take what you get and fucking mold it into your own,
definitely. Definitely. So you pretty much down pick what percentage of your riffs?
Well, man, I don't know, man. It's probably like, I want to say like 50-50,
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing, not like, not every riff is down picked, but a majority of them, if we can down pick it and it feels good, and it, and it fits, why the fuck not? It's gonna, like I said, it's gonna have that extra punch,
Totally. All right, back to the timeline.
I was going to say real quick, Jedi Grind Murray says that video was deleted, so there is no footage on YouTube of Gorgasm right now. I just said Gorgasm.
I think that was like 06, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, shit. I
just remember I remember Murray posting pictures from that when it was done, and he was just like, this is one reason tall. He's got like a super like he's tough look, just like I don't know. I'm like, you're playing with Gorgasm, you're like, and Severed Savior, like, you're like the toughest bass player out there, dog.
Dude, yeah, man, fucking me, I fucking love Murray, man. He was fucking, we hit it off like right away, man, on Bloodletting tour. Man, fucking Severed Savior was like, oh my god, dude, fucking actually, like every band on that tour was fucking crushing, but me and Murray hit it off. Like, we'd be fucking waking up before anybody, having coffee, and just fucking shooting the shit in the morning.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're an early riser, I'm an early riser too. To have an early riser buddy is clutch, dude.
Yeah, it was like a regular thing, man. Fucking
nice, dude.
Yeah,
dude, Dennis says what's up too. I remember Dennis made a comment, called you the homie from Bloodletting, dude. Dennis from Spawn.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking Dennis, man. He was a fucking monster, dude. Yeah, like I said, man, that tour was like a fucking real eye opener, man. It was like,
oh, dude, it was for us fans too, dude. I mean, that was a 4 out of 4. Like, you're just right, left, boom, 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 just fucking murder after murder after murder after murder.
It was like, and it was great because everybody kind of fucking fed off that energy,
Totally.
We'd watch each band and be like, oh man, goddamn, we gotta step it up, like,
totally.
It was, and it's like a good fucking feeling, like, I think it made us like fucking work harder and be on our fucking shit.
Dude, I was gonna bring that up later once we get into the discography and all that shit, but I definitely noticed that with Orgy of Murder being your follow-up to Masticate to Dominate, and having that 10-year time off or however hiatus you guys had, and then coming back with the orgy of murder, and I definitely noticed that tour specifically like encouraged you guys to like push all the boundaries, dude, with speed and the riffing, and you can hear homage to, you know, all the bands that were on that tour with you guys. I can definitely see it just here and there, just like, oh yeah, dude, that's where that's where Spawn rubbed off on them just a little bit. That's where fucking Paimia, yeah.
I mean, those are like, you know, those are like our fucking heroes, you know, to this day, you know, like fuck, you know.
Hell yeah, dude.
You guys were literally all like at that age. I think I was probably 18 or something like that when I saw that in Palo Alto. I think it might have been the closing show of the tour, because it was like Mike Hamilton was there.
I actually did your guys' intros to all the songs too. All the samples.
Mike PM'd that tour, man. I don't fucking.
That's right. No, I literally, like, I was eating on a Subway with my friends, and Spawn of Possession walked into the Subway, and I was like, "That's them, dude. What the fuck?" I was like,
who else gets that story, dude?
That was like, for me, that was like a girl listening to pop music with Justin Bieber walking in. And I was just like, "Fucking."
You're munching your $5 foot long, dude, and fucking your favorite band walks in, dude.
They're like, "What the fuck is this?"
Just the musicianship of those guys, man. And they were fucking young, you know. I'm like, God damn, dude. I was like blown away, you know. I'm like, how do you fucking play like that? And you know, there was a lot of drinking on that tour. Not like, you know,
you guys were all on the same bus, right?
We're all on the same bus, and the Spawn of Possession guys, man, dude, they were just like putting them down, dude. It was like everything's so expensive in Sweden. So
alcohol,
they're like in the States, and they're like, dude, fucking beers are so cheap, man. Or like we like, you know, packing as many beers on the bus as we could, and then fucking, dude, them guys could get so hammered and then like get up on stage and just like flip a switch and fucking like.
Speaking of Polish people, like when we were in Cryptopsy, when Cryptopsy was touring with us in Europe, we had that Polish road crew with like they're the Behemoth road crew, like Brovar and all these dudes.
I know, yeah.
I know, and those guys,
Kuba and
we Tony the Tiger, yeah,
Vasek,
dude,
I love those guys.
So sick. But those guys would be like fucking business, like while we were doing like the whole tour, and then like at night they would just like down like fucking 3 bottles of vodka.
Like, that's no joke, man. We'd be like, before we'd even step on the bus, we'd be like in a circle outside of the bus and fucking passing around like 2 bottles of vodka.
Yep,
gone in like 5 minutes, man. We get on the bus, and there's like 2 more bottles, right? And we'd be playing cards, fucking listening to metal, and we're just, dude, I don't think I've ever drank that much.
No, I know those guys throw. I mean, I've literally gotten into fist fights with those guys. I've gotten to like, I remember one time they were like trying to, like, it was one night where they weren't drinking, and we were on the bus, you know, one of those double-decker buses in Europe. And I just like started like farting into the intercom, and they were like, they came down like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "What?" I was like wasted, and I was like, "Fuck you guys, you know, don't like farts? Like, what the fuck's your problem?" Like,
yeah, does that not translate, dude?
I know, they were just so pissed. I was like, "What the fuck? Like, you guys get hammered and like break bottles outside the bus every night. I can't fart in the fucking intercom at 11 p.m." Like,
yeah, dude, that's fucking, those guys are trip, man. Fucking road dogs.
Totally. And they're still doing it. I mean, with the Behemoth and shit. Yeah. No, it's
fucking, I think Kuba's doing he's a guitar tech for King Diamond, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh damn.
That's the last time I seen him was it was King Diamond.
That's sick. Yeah. I just saw Merciful Fate at Psycho Fest. That's the year you played, right? Last year?
Yeah, but no, not last year. It was the
year before.
Yeah.
They're a blur. Both those are a blur to me.
That was a blur.
God.
Yeah, that was my first time at Psycho Fest, man. It was pretty fucking awesome watching Fetus like hanging on the pool.
Oh, that's right. Cannibal at the pool.
Cannibal Corpse with fucking with Rutan, you know. I was like, yeah, fucking tight. Yeah.
So sick.
Dude, that concept blows my mind. I want to go just for that, where I can wear board shorts and sandals at a metal show, dude.
Oh, dude, it was a trip. It was a trip. Yeah,
it's like 100 degrees outside. Like it's perfect for it. It's just like,
dude, that's so Cali Death podcast, dude.
That's Nevada death, dude. It's like
Nevada
105,
death,
just
dude.
like just going for it. Just it's fucking perfect. But man, are you guys planning on doing? Have you guys been asked back, maybe to do Psycho in the future, like Broken Hope?
Not officially, I'm hoping,
Yeah.
I'm hoping we can do it again because it was fucking pretty badass.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing official on that yet,
Trying to make it an annual thing. I've done 2 years in a row now, and I'm just like, every fucking year, brother. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. And I want, like I said, I want to be part of the next one.
I know a lot of fucking fest promoters. They don't want the same bands rotating every year, so they try to like do it like every other year. I don't know, I don't know how Psycho, runs it.
Yeah. The last 2 years have been cephalic, so like that's usually my crew is the cephalic.
Okay.
Boys, those guys. I mean, they're like that's the people to hang out with. Cephalic every year.
I think I fucking ran into Steve when I was over
Yeah.
there.
No, definitely. But yeah, that'd be sick to have you guys back. So that pin we're talking about, remember, Anthony? You said 15 years old, right?
Oh yeah. Real quick, I'm looking because Casey, you're not responding to Casey. Casey needs you to respond. You can't get back.
No, I'm watching Casey down here.
Oh, okay. Throw him back in. Yeah,
he's using his phone. I'm watching him try to get a good angle at the bottom. He's like constantly just like he's trying to use his phone. He's watching me right now too. You can see what I'm doing.
No, dude. So yeah, let's go back to the teenage years. Let's get back on the timeline. So you got the guitar. You're playing the riffs that you're cruising around. These are the ones that are popping in your dome, and these you're trying to emulate the same things you're hearing in your head. How long does that go? I want to know what you're listening to. Like, keep telling us about like how your progression of getting into the more extreme stuff is happening while you're getting better at guitar and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much kind of like transitioned like most people do. I got into like Maiden. I started getting more into Maiden, but I got into like Megadeth, Metallica. Early Metallica was like the shit, like holy fuck,
right?
Like, blew me away, but then I started getting into I just good guitar work, like the fucking guitar team from Forbidden.
How were you listening to all this though? Like, were you buying records?
I was buying tapes, I was I was out there buying. Actually, I heard a lot of stuff on the radio, and I was like, oh, dude, I gotta hear this, I gotta see this, live, and so fortunately, I got to check out a lot of that stuff. There was a venue in Chicago called Medusa's back in the day, dude, and they had like everything, all the legendary bands, and they're like everything from like Bolt Thrower to fucking seen Cannibal Corpse there probably like a dozen times. Fucking Entombed, Atheist. I mean, just you name it, I've seen it there. So I was lucky enough to catch that shit. That was like, fuck, man. It's like mid '90s era of death metal, it was like fucking prime, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, dude. It is prime. That's a sweet spot for sure. Like from 93. I mean, I love stuff before that, but I'm just saying there's a sweet spot that happened at like 93 to 97, I would say, where there was just tons of shit that was just popping up that was so influential and groundbreaking type stuff.
Yeah. So, like, honestly, I transitioned from like, it was like thrash era, just for the guitar work, and then, started getting into the more extreme stuff, like where they started blasting, and I was just absorbing it, man. I was always in that search for something more extreme, but yeah, that's where like death metal stuck, just the sound, the fucking sound of the guitars, the drums, the double bass. If there was fucking good solos on top of that, I was in,
And you had buddies that you were hanging with that were listening to the same stuff?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely. definitely. Like, guys in the neighborhood, like fucking.
Were you hitting up magazines and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was,
trading.
back in the day, we're trading tapes, so
Mhm.
that was like that era, and then just makes me think of like how these kids now, I don't want to call them kids, but like these kids now have have it so easy. You know
Mm.
what I mean? You just
Yeah.
Yeah.
type shit in, but I'll always say it kind of like the whole internet thing has taken away the nostalgia of
It has.
of metal. And I'm not to discredit it, what it is, because it's fucking great that you could find stuff
Mhm.
like that. But it's like that hunt back then, and when you found something that's like gold, you
Yeah,
wanted
dude.
to share that, and then was like, and still
This
to this day, I love a fucking physical copy
Me
of
too, dude. And
real fucking, it's just not the same. I want to fucking like, check out the cover as I'm listening to
read
it,
the
trying to like, lose
read the
myself.
lyrics, read
Yeah,
the,
I gotta
thanks
read the
list.
exact
Where
thing
was
again.
it? Yeah. All that stuff. And yeah, that you can find that all on the internet too, but it's just all right there in one package where you don't
Yeah.
have to be connected to the grid in order to enjoy it. No, I understand. I've had so many arguments with myself about it too, but I've come to terms with it, obviously, because every generation is gonna have a different
Yeah,
thing,
it is what it is.
But my thing is this: it's like they're missing out on going to the record store, flipping through CDs, and finding that one gem that you've
yeah.
been waiting for so long, and it's there.
And granted,
And
I'd be buying fucking shit just based on the cover.
Yeah, oh yeah, me too.
and
That's how I
that
found
Like
Spawn.
I
That's how I
yeah.
said,
found Spawn of Possession.
But I just remember there was so many times where I'd have things that I've wanted for so long, and then it finally just pops up, and it's right there
yeah,
physically for me to grab with my hand, take it to the register. It's mine now. But I mean, you can find that excitement in other things too. So it doesn't.
yeah,
It really is just us being like kids these days type deal. But
It is, but I mean, I know. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, I didn't really have much else I was going to say. So
Well,
go
I mean,
ahead.
what I think Damien, the best point and best line of what he said is the thrill of the hunt. Like it's now
Yeah.
the
yeah,
thrill's gone now. It's not like it's like okay, this is the perfect analogy. It's like you used to go hunting and get your meat to go eat, and
Mhm.
now you go to the grocery store. Now
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
prepackaged for you, and the grocery store is like nicely packaged, and you can easily just go, oh, I'll just grab that rather than like fucking camp out and fucking try to find food for your family. It's like right there for you. Boom. I'll go ahead.
it
It's
was
like,
just like,
the fat ratio is right for my diet. Let me go. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So
It's
it's changed in that way.
it's definitely changed, and I mean, like, the whole fucking, like I said, tape trading was the shit back then. And then, like, you begin the underground magazines at the shows, and then you'd be like searching for fucking bands, you haven't heard, and it's like, oh man, what the fuck is that? Like some
Yep.
crazy name or uh, artwork, and yeah, it was like it was a thrill,
Mhm,
definitely,
mhm.
you know. And I
Yeah,
feel
that's
like
like
a
I
little
just
bit of
wanted
that's gone, in a sense, but it is what it is,
one more point I want to add to that before we move on is that it does level up because it is up to a certain point, things are getting fed to us, and then at one point we get so crazy into uh, absorbing everything that we're getting that we just take over and go hunt for ourselves. That's literally what it is, dude.
yeah,
You get to a
yeah,
point where it's not given to you quick enough. You need to go out and just find it and go off the band names, go off the artwork, go off the record label that it was released on, and just
yeah,
keep digging, dude.
yeah, yeah.
That's
It's
cool,
fucking
dude. So okay, so you were going through all that. It's starting to snowball in the extreme music, and so take us through the guitar aspect of things again. So you got that first guitar. How long were you with that one before you decided you wanted to get something else?
ah shit. I probably fucking rocked on that guitar for, I don't know, I want to say like maybe like 2, maybe 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
uh, but it wasn't like, like serious. I wasn't like, I just was. it was more fun, you know what I mean? It was more for myself. I wasn't trying to be in a band or anything like that at that time. I was just mimicking, you know, what I liked. But then like I still remember getting my first guitar, and it was a Fender HM Strat, so it had the fucking humbucker and the two single coils, you know, and that was like that was my first metal guitar, you know. Yeah, that fucking and then that kind of like made me want to play more because I really liked that guitar. I liked the way it felt, and I was like, it sounded better. And then it was just like, you know, transitioning, like you said, into like more of the extreme music that I fucking really liked, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how long was it until you started feeling like you wanted to start playing with other humans, getting the band together?
Dude, I don't know. Well, I had a couple friends that were into the same genre of music as I was, and you know, we met at the show, and we just all of a sudden we found out, oh, one fucking buddy of ours plays drums, you know, and fucking he can do double bass, and we're like, okay, let's fucking get together. And one of my other friends were playing guitar, and you know, and then also bass. And yeah, we formed a band called that was like my first band that we actually started gigging with, was named Crepitus. And,
Crepitus.
Crepitus, yeah. And we were like playing battle the bands kind of shit, you know. We ended up playing some venues, and we weren't even like, I think, fuck man, we're just maybe turned 18, you know. So we were like, had to like kind of like bullshit our way into playing these venues because we were like 21 and over kind of thing, a lot of them. But yeah, man, we fucking were playing like battle of the bands or like these fucking high schools and actually like winning them, you know. So
Nice.
Yeah.
like all our friends would come out and fucking like read, you know, fucking go crazy and shit. And we like, I don't know, it just got, it just like blew up in that sense. So
And
that
you
was
were
like,
playing originals?
yeah, all original shit. Yeah. You know,
Killer.
more like I want to say like in the vein of because we were like heavily into like early incantation, immolation, also uh like internal bleeding, devourment, kind of. It was like a mix of that, you know what I mean? So it had the blast beats, but it had a lot of fucking like breakdown parts, you know.
Groovy, yeah.
You know, but yeah, it was just like,
Were you like were you the main riff writer, or did you guys all make?
actually, like, no, not at that time. We're both half and half. Like me
Okay.
and the other guitar player were like fucking, you know, we'd just be throwing riffs at each other, you know. He'd
Nice.
throw a riff at me and I'd be like, oh damn, dude, that's fucking pretty badass. And I tried to outdo him, you know, kind of thing. And
Yeah,
it was like a friendly thing, you know, but it
that
fucking worked,
healthy
man.
competition is kind of
It
what
really was,
helps
you know, yeah.
us
Fucking-
get further. It makes you push yourself further
it-
than you're comfortable going,
yeah,
because
get you out of the
you
comfort zone.
don't want to get left behind, you know.
Yeah,
You see your peers doing certain stuff, you're like, oh, I gotta be at that level or
gotta get on
better, or I
it. Yeah.
feel like I'm being dragged along, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I mean, to your point, exactly, man. You gotta fucking, you know, you gotta keep up, or you're gonna get fucking left behind. You know.
That's
Yeah, I was
yeah,
about to be left behind.
yeah. No, that's I mean
Like
that's
that, you know, like yeah, it was just, but it was fun, man. And I mean, it's
Yeah.
always fun, you know. It's got to be, but you look a bit back then, you know, it was like, you know, it was just like it was a different vibe, you know, as you were so young and you're still absorbing all these different styles and fucking just emotions and just trying to do your thing and have
That's
fun.
kind of like with I mean the whole finding, because you know, the whole back to the thrill of the hunt, like finding the new crazier thing. Like it's kind of the same vein of thinking of when you're actually playing the music, you already have that kind of vibe of like what's
Yeah,
crazier, what's crazier, what's crazier. Then all of a sudden
yeah,
you're playing, you're like you see something and you're like that's crazier. I need to level up and do this, and I need to do all
totally.
this, and yeah, it's kind of like the how death metal, maybe even jazz and stuff works too, with like very friend. I mean, jazz is probably, I wouldn't say as friendly of a competition because we have this whole metal scene that's very awesome and chill, and and everyone's just like fucking supporting each other and stuff. Where jazz probably is like, ooh, like
I think
sipping
it would
wine.
be
Like I'm
pretty
gonna,
more cutthroat in jazz. Actually,
yeah, just like that drummer movie, whatever the fuck that the one
Oh,
that
I
showed
talk about Whiplash.
Whiplash.
yeah.
See, that's like a different style. It's like there's like people controlling people to be like, all right, you need to be
It's
this and
taken
that.
more seriously, maybe.
Yeah,
we
whereas
don't take it as seriously. I mean, we do obviously because the competition, composition and competition of our scene is definitely showed that we fucking know what we're doing, but it's still like we don't take it. There's like a level of sincerity versus like parody or
Yeah,
just
it's not like
fun.
and it's not like trying to one up each other kind of thing. It's fucking we're all kind of like influenced and by each other in one way or another, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I still feel like that, you know. I'm still fucking like blown away and inspired is what I'm trying to say about, you know, watching other musicians, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah, you watch it like I think like probably the difference would be like watching maybe jazz people watching each other is like, oh well, fuck you. I don't know. Whereas like metal people are like, fuck yeah, that's fucking sick, and I haven't seen that done before. Like
Yeah.
that's my bro up there. That's fucking rad.
Yeah.
I love that. You know what I mean? It's like more support, like a support based competition. You know?
More,
Like
I guess you want to
uh,
maybe like I don't know if it's the right word, but maybe like more open minded kind of.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
know,
yeah,
take
because you could be a jazz musician who's playing a piece perfectly, but somebody will still critique you on your technique. That
exactly.
type of thing.
I mean, you'll still get that like in the comments on fucking YouTube and shit, probably still with
But
metalheads.
I don't know about you would. It's
Not from
less
other
in
bands,
death
though. Not
metal.
from-
It's less in death metal. They're not going to
It's
be
not
like,
other bands that are like in.
I guess you
like-
do hear the whole like open. There was like who plays their blast open and crossover. That is actually
Yeah.
so maybe I am. There is still a level.
I
Of
think that comes with the social media world. That's kind of influenced that because it's everyone just has the whatever the armchair warriors or the fuck you call it, keyboard warriors. People just like secretly kind of just like, oh god, I can't do that. I'm gonna talk shit.
Yeah, I think
like,
I think you know what, like, well, sadly, I think that'll always be a thing.
yeah.
You know what I
Nowadays,
mean? And it's just like you have to accept it for what it is. But yeah, man, you just fucking try to have fun, man. You know,
exactly.
Yeah.
take everything too serious. You know, it's like just do your thing, man. Have fun with it, man. Fucking, you're not gonna please everybody. You know what I mean?
You
No.
never will. You never will.
You know,
And the earlier you accept that, the better time you're gonna have making art, dude.
yeah. That's why I think like a lot of the younger cats coming out is like and maybe they don't really they don't really care as much, like that.
Well, everything's been handed so easy. Like we were talking earlier, it's been so easily given to them. Like their music has been so like at the crack of a whip, they just have it, and they're like, "Oh, well, this is what I need to do." Like they're not like doing the hard work that we used to have to do before all the easy YouTube and Spotify shit.
And I'm not even trying to get at that part of it. It's just like just learning the music now for the younger generation. I don't think they get butthurt or nothing like that. As they just accept it, and it just makes them better. They just
Yeah.
they fucking they move forward. Whereas like us being older, it's like you know the concept of time and everything, and you got to put in into fucking doing something is time is valuable, and
Totally, dude.
we take shit more seriously, I guess, and
Mhm.
to that effect, so I don't know, that makes sense.
No, it definitely makes sense, dude. I find that it's very hard to find time in my life to dedicate to being creative right now, being a father of 3,
Yeah,
full-time job, doing the podcast and all this shit. There is very small amount of my
balance, man. Yeah.
waking life that I can contribute to being creative right now. I do have little spurts of creativity that force themselves into my day where I have to stop and write it down, and I still do that. But as far as finding time to really, because after a long laborious day, it's really hard to have the mental capacity to give an hour or two after that once you have turned off the valve of energy towards your physical job, then whatever you have left mentally, it's hard to just force yourself to be creative. So that's what I'm saying. So even if you're feeling this, if you're listening to this and you're feeling the same way I'm feeling, just try and get your mind to a point where you're accepting whatever ideas can come to you. And when you do catch one of those ideas, please stop what you're doing and put it in your notes, because it could be a seed to something that will grow later if you actually sit down, reopen those notes, reread it, and write it in a way that it gives it the same energy and essence that it did when you first got the idea.
No, I feel you on that. And
then you just go from there, and hopefully it becomes something. If not, whatever, dude. You still you caught something.
You got to make the best of your time, man. As time is your most valuable gift, especially when you get older. When you got more responsibilities and your your time is limited.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest hurdle is because fuck, man. You get, I don't know about you guys, but you get inspired at certain times of the day, right? Usually, like for me, it's like usually in the morning, early part of the day, because I'm fresh and I'm fucking like, I'm on fire, but fuck, man, I got to go to fucking work all day, and it's like by the time you get home, you're either burned out or you're drained, and you wanna, but you wanna do it, but it's like you can't force it, but gotta at least fucking like try, because you never know,
Well, I
It
mean,
might, like you said, it might stem off, a couple little small idea turns into a bigger thing,
It's just a seed, dude.
That's
Just plant the seed.
And I mean, going back to like your time and stuff, because you have, your work, your job and stuff like that. I'm going to try to incorporate a question we just got, because I've always noticed myself that you've always been in great shape. You've always had big old muscles and stuff. So he's asking about if what's your workout regimen? You always seem to be shredded. So like you're working out a bunch, you're also working a bunch, you're also doing a bunch of crazy music. Like, what is your workout regimen part of your, like, in the morning, you wake up, do some, work out, stuff like that? Like, how do you keep those muscles?
Dude, well, I'm far from shredded, but I was tried fucking, I've always been into sports since I was young, like fucking anything playing soccer to fucking hockey to boxing. So that's kind of like always been my fallback. I guess it's a therapy, if you want to call it,
just like music. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, man, I don't know, man. I just always like kind of being physical, and fucking, but yeah, as far as like workout routine, it's nothing crazy. I mean, me and my lady have a routine where we go, like three times a week, man. Like Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we go religiously, after work.
After work. So post work.
After work. Yeah. So no matter how tired, we fucking go in there, and you feel better afterwards. It's, it's nothing crazy, man. And just fucking just watch what you put in your body, man. Like,
Yeah. What do you put in your body? Are you regimented like that, or are you just there's certain like guidelines?
Nah, I mean, dude, as funny as it sounds, man, I try, like, part of the reason I try to fucking work out regularly is so I can eat what I want. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Partly, but I don't like eat fucking junk, like my body rejects it. Fucking, it's like,
you feel like shit.
I'm gonna feel like shit afterwards, you know what I mean? But
totally,
sometimes it's inescapable, man. You're gonna fucking cave. You know what I mean?
It trips me out, like, as I get older. Like, one thing that, like, is completely, because one of my coworkers used to be in the Major League Baseball pitcher for a little while, and, like, he was like a gnarly athlete, and he's about my age, maybe a couple years older, and he's like, dude, if I eat after 9 p.m., I feel like I drank like 10 beers last night. And I was like, I was wondering why I was waking up every now and then going like, why do I feel like I didn't drink last night? I feel like I drank. And It's just like noticing little things with your body like that, like just
It'll
like
like slow you down and fucking.
Yeah, I just feel like all cloudy, like I have a weird headache in the morning, and like not a headache, but just don't feel smart, just feel dumb. I feel like really dumb.
Did I miss the diet while I was taking a leak?
Oh, he's just talking about how he basically works out to basically eat what he wants to eat, not worry about it. And
Oh,
just
okay.
look
So you don't.
garbage.
That was going to be my question after that. Was you don't have a specific diet, so you just make sure that you burn that shit off.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's my diet's like fucking pretty fucking basic, man. I mean, I know what I like. I know I need to eat more veggies.
Yeah.
Incorporate that, but like, yeah. I mean, like, I just try not to eat shit, you know.
Right.
I mean, Brock Lesnar was
like a cheat meal for you. Like, I'm just gonna go all out.
Fuck vegetables.
Or like a cheat fucking meal. I don't know.
Yeah, if you're just like, fuck it, dude, I don't give a shit. I fucking burned 1,000 calories.
Dude, that's usually if I'm like on the road or something, you know, because like when you're on tour, man, you eat what you can get.
Yeah.
You can't eat.
There he is.
Hey, everybody. How's it
Hey,
going?
buddy.
Hey,
I
internet's
just
back.
Dude, I had to go to the bathroom really bad. Sorry. No, dude, my internet just took.
He didn't eat his veggies, dude.
I was all
or maybe too many veggies.
Oh, I was so upset, dude. I tried the phone, didn't work.
Nah, dude.
It's all good. It's all good.
I eat the fuck out of seafood, though.
You look good, brother.
Okay, thank you.
Love seafood.
All right, sorry.
Oh, I love
Damian,
seafood,
so what's your cheat meal, bro?
Dude, I don't know, man. Fucking.
What's your favorite? Like
French fries and fucking, you know, some greasy shit, you know.
Chicago deep dish, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, is it deep dish or is it regular?
A fucking Taco Bell or some shit, you know.
Yeah.
So are you down? Is it deep dish or nothing, or is it?
Dude, I can get down to some deep dish, dude. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'll probably eat like maybe like 2 slices, man, or that deep dish.
Yeah,
shit.
deep dish is like that's like 4 slices technically if you get
exactly
deep dish.
It's like, you know, fucking dough overload, but you know, we got
deep dish equals nap. I think that's pretty much.
Casey, what was that pizza spot? What was that pizza spot in Daly City that you took me to that had a pretty bomb deep dish? It was right around right near
Blue,
Spirals, right?
Domino's.
Engine train blue something shit. I don't even know I can't remember what it was called, dude. It was so years ago.
I remember we got a deep dish and it was pretty fucking bomb, dude.
Yeah.
Here's a Chicago question for you. Have you guys ever had a Kuma's?
Oh yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, dude.
Have you had a Gorgasm burger ever? Because you're from there.
We never had a Gorgasm burger, but we had a Broken Hope burger.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Fucking like my first album with Broken Hope. I forgot what they called it, man. But we had a fucking Broken Hope burger. Yet I couldn't fucking eat the whole fucking thing because I'm a fucking freak with vegetables. So I'm like, I got the fucking thing with like just plain with cheese, you know. Like loaded with all these veggies, dude, and peppers, and I'm like, I can't eat that.
Yeah. Too much corn. That's right. Yeah.
Your hope was broken, dude.
I know.
Your hope was broken. Oh man, just put a bunch of vegetables on it and just breaks your hope.
They have a Severed Savior burger too. I forget what was on it, but it was kind of almost like a breakfast burger or something. It had like a fried egg.
Decrepit burger too. I don't remember what it was.
It's fucking bomb, dude.
Yeah, that's awesome. There's multiple locations, right? There's like it's not just Chicago.
I've been to 2 of them. I haven't been to there's one like downtown, but the OG one is like the best one.
Mm-hmm.
Where it started. Actually, a buddy of mine, Luke, shout out to Luke, fucking ran that place
oh yeah,
a while, and they opened one up in Indiana, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Okay.
Yeah, we did an Indiana show and fucking went to Kuma's out there.
That's sick.
Yeah, Kuma's is the shit, dude. I'm actually probably going down there this weekend. So.
Oh fuck yeah. That's like one of the death metal like mains. I mean, there's that. There used to be in Austin. There used to be Death Metal Pizza. Remember back in the day, there used to be like a place that would just serve. It was like right down from Emos. It was like walking distance from Emos. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was like it wasn't the best pizza. I don't think they're around anymore. Unfortunately, that sucks. But it was like death metal. They were just blasting death metal and serving pizza. I'm like, this is my fucking place.
Wait, Ian, Sick Drummer Magazine, saying that Kuma started in San Fran, dude. What the fuck?
Really?
What the hell? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That was the Chicago place.
I thought it was a Chicago thing too, man. But yeah, maybe I'm wrong.
Ian also said that he wants to box you at Nam. So if you want to film that,
that'd be sick.
I think it would be over pretty quickly. But no offense, Ian. But no, that's yeah. There's like very rare spots in like America. There, remember like Arizona, there was like metal devastation, or there's like these random like death metal shops in America too, where you're like, it's only dedicated to death metal, and you're like, whoa, this is like tourism for me.
Mhm.
Like, for all the touring bands.
Or like the metal clubs in like Canada. That there was a metal club in Canada, right?
Oh yeah.
Like a place that's
like a club, like a club, but it's all metal. Yeah. It's over in Montreal somewhere. Yeah,
there's a spot down here in Oceanside, California. It's like Black Plague Brewery. I think it has affiliation with like the Birdhouse skate guys, like Tony Hawk, whatever kind of thing. But they opened like another location. But I guess there's this like it was like a food stand kind of food truck thing. It was full metal burgers, and like I've had friends work for them and stuff. But yeah, I think they have a kitchen now at one of the breweries or whatever. But basically, like my friend showed me some review and people got all pissed because like for this one person, because like they like make the like with like the mayonnaise like a pentagram like, on the burger, or like there was this very like inappropriate for whatever. Like
they're on Yelp. They're like local breweries, and they just go like they go there, and it's like it's all like satanic.
Good burger. Like, all right, I need a good burger tonight, and they show up and Satan serves it to them.
That's why you open those kind of clubs, is for those reactions. That's like, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's like if I had like unlimited money, I would open like something like that, like a brewery or like a venue or something that's just all, you know, obviously chill, because I don't
to a certain genre.
Yeah, you want to. Yeah, you don't want it to. You don't want to be ostracized as just metal, this and that. You still want to take another.
It's like a hot topic kind of thing that pulls people in. People like the edginess. And they come in like the Black Plague Brewery's got they have skeletons and coffins and shit everywhere, and like it's fucking it's all like plague themed, and you know it's
right.
Cool.
Like if you made your shirt the logo, it would be sick, Joel. That would be welcoming. Steve Buscemi's
I know that
eyes.
shirt, dude, is just something else. So explain your shirt to our listeners, Joel.
So I am wearing a shirt that's the Misfits logo, the skull, but it has Steve Buscemi's eyes in the eye holes.
Yeah.
And I saw it immediately, had to buy it.
You find this stuff, dude.
Oh no,
you can find that shit all over the place.
No, it's this one website. It's called they're fucking hilarious, dude. I have like 20 of their shirts. It's Meth Syndicate is what it's called. But the thing is, they post these shirts, and it's Meth Syndicate. But the thing is, then literally, I could resell the shirt for like $300 right now. They post it, and they're like on sale for like 30 minutes, and you have to go buy them, and they just go done, and they stop making it. And so like everyone like puts their orders in, and then I remember there was one that was like fuck. There's so many, but there's one that I was looking for. I've got Tom Hanks's pissing one, where like it's like got 4 different like
on A League of Their Own.
Yeah. It's got all these like Tom Hanks movies of him like pissing. It's all Tom Hanks is pissing. Like it's all like in like yellow writing. It's like blood like writing. Random, I love it. And like they have Live Laugh Love. I have it, so it's got the death row, thing with Live Laugh Love. But
that's good, dude.
But yeah, they just have funny shirts every now and then. I'm like, okay, well, I'm like randomly on social media, and I'm like on sale now. I'm like, okay, well, I gotta buy it now. If it's like $19, and I could resell it for $200 if I want to, but like,
I know, because you got to be in there for that half an hour. You were just saying that's
smart marketing. I was like,
it is, dude.
Yeah,
we're gonna hit you guys with our merch that way the next time.
Yeah, we got 30 minutes.
Oh man, the dude's like, he's like at all these like fucking like fancy parties now because he's just making so much money off his fucking at that like model, you know. And I'm like, fucking more power to you, man. Yeah. But like it's like the thrill of the catch that we were talking about earlier. It's like, okay, I got the opportunity to get this right now. Like I'm gonna get it, like, you know, real quick before no one else can.
Oh, where'd you get that? Well, you ain't gonna get it.
You can't get it. Yeah. You literally can't get it.
No, and you cherish those things, dude. I got one of 25 on a Cleric shirt, dude. Boom. And I was just on their social media at that time. It was a window of time that you had to get it, and boom, I got one of 25. and I cherish that shirt, dude. It really is a thing. It's like
it's a thing.
to be one of to be one of 7+ billion and be like, oh, dude, I'm one of 25 in the whole world. I always do that to myself too. I'll be driving to work and listening to some underground shit, and I'm like, probably the only motherfucker in this city right now listening to this.
Yeah. I do that too. I don't know what that's about. I go like, I'm probably the only person in the world right now listening to this. Like, I don't know why my brain thinks that, but I don't know. It must come.
It's ego. It's the ego side.
Yeah,
like, hey, dude. Hey, you got up this morning. Hey, you got up this morning, and guess what, dude? You're an individual.
Yeah, but not if you believe in infinities, right, Anthony?
Oh yeah, totally, dude. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious.
All right, dude. So
yeah.
So you're 15, right? You're 15.
So how long did Crepitus go for? Did you guys do any demos or recordings or anything?
Nah, dude, just unfortunately, no demos. Just like, just some tapes. We did like some dude. It was like so fucking like, I want to say like just basement recordings. We record them onto a fucking TDK and just fucking pass them out at shows. Kind of thing. It was super underground. I don't have a copy. I gave them all of my friends back in the day, but yeah, it was just one of those deals. But we played a lot of shows, man. Fucking like a lot of local shows. Nothing out of state. But yeah, that was kind of like my first death metal local band. But it was fucking a lot of fun. We lasted probably like, I want to say maybe 3, maybe 4 years, something like that.
Yeah, that's a good run, dude.
Yeah, it was a good run. Like I said, unfortunately, we didn't like do anything like we didn't do more. We didn't do like a recording. But dude, even some of those riffs, still I fucking I used some of those riffs for fucking Gasm.
Oh yeah.
So it kind of carried over. So they didn't just go to waste.
That's cool, dude.
Shit, it's kind of like reformulated a lot of parts and
so yeah. Was that your next thing that you did was Gorgasm?
No. Okay. I fucking jammed in a couple other bands. Had a band called Human Remains, but nothing that we
you played in Human Remains?
Not the Human Remains you're thinking of. Yeah, there was we
not the Relapse one.
No, not the Relapse.
I was gonna say
we didn't even know about that.
It might be Ian might sound off. I think that's Rochester, isn't that? Maybe not.
I'm not sure.
Sorry to put it back on.
Nope, not the New Jersey band. It's a New Jersey band. All right.
But fucking yeah, we had that. A couple other bands. I can't fucking like remember the exact names now, but didn't last long. The band that I was jamming with before Gorgasm, which kind of like formulated into Gorgasm, was a band called Embodied. And one of the members in the band was our original bass player, who actually came up with the name Gorgasm. That was like, he had that name since like high school, right? So yeah, we just like, started Gorgasm, and fucking next thing you know, we are Gorgasm, and we did we did a demo back in I think 94 before we did the Stabone one.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's kind of where it started, man. Yeah, so like Gorgasm's technically been around since like 94.
So and who was the original? I'm sorry, I heard
original bass player.
Original, everybody.
The original Gorgasm was Russ Powell, Tom Tangelos, myself, and the first drummer we had was this guy named Craig. I can't fucking remember. He didn't last long with us.
Fucking Craig.
Fucking Craig, man. But yeah, the dude was a good drummer, man. He could blast and play double bass, and that's kind of what we wanted, and he was pretty solid, but kind of just flaked out, he was more of a family guy and had a good job, whereas all of us didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he wasn't like into it like we were, and yeah. So he quit, and yeah, you know, just moved forward. We got we had Derek Hoffman on drums, who we did Stab One Intercourse with,
Yeah.
and yeah, we did. You know, we had Derek for a couple years, and then we got Terrence, fucking Mongolian, fucking crazy motherfucker.
Right. Yeah, he was, dude.
Yeah,
From Masticate, you're saying, right?
Yeah. Okay, Terrence
So,
Manaus.
well, you said Cole Ross. Did you say Cole Ross for Bleeding? You already mentioned Cole Ross, right?
Yeah. So we kind of skipped over Bleeding. Sorry, but
Yeah.
we had fucking Colros, dude. But like, so before even that, so we did Stab One, and it was kind of a thing of its own, you know, the style and shit. But when we were writing shit for Bleeding Profusely, dude, we're like on a totally different mind frame, because we're like really into like cryptopsy at that time. And we're heavily influenced by cryptopsy. I mean, believe it or not, like as far as like writing new shit.
Yeah.
Like we wanted that fucking like hyper fucking blast, you know, gravity blast. And so we're writing riffs like that, you know, and like all our shit was super fast.
Yeah.
And but we when we couldn't get fucking a drummer to play it like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, unfortunately. And we had we had a couple of drummers interested, but Colros, I don't even know how he came into the picture, honestly, right now. But he was interested, and I guess he heard us, and he really liked the song "Disembodied" back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Hey man, fucking, you know, recorded with you guys, you know, I'd love to do it." So he came down, he stayed with me in my apartment for like, I don't know, man, maybe like less than a week or something like that. And dude, I mean, Colros is a fucking monster, dude.
Monster, dude.
But like, it was just a funny story with him, though. We'd wake up. I'd wake up at like fucking 6:30. Dude, that dude would already be up, like in my living room, hitting the fucking bong, drinking probably like a third cup of coffee. I was like, dude, how do you
The heavy speedball, dude.
Fuck
dude,
yeah.
he was like, yeah, it was just a fucking, it was a monster. But my point is, when we got into the studio, he's like, dude, we were like, oh yeah, play like this, you know, like and he's just like, dude, you guys are like pushing me to the limit. I can't, like, you know, I mean, it came out what it was, but my point is like, yeah, we were envisioning
something faster,
just completely
more hyper.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. Like,
way more hyper, more like cryptopsy feel, you know.
So that's funny to hear you say that, because that album right there is regarded as such a classic in the way that it
I know
is recorded.
I know, and that's my point. Is like, we didn't envision it the way it came out. You know what I mean? And we envision it a completely different way when we're writing the riffs. But then, like, once we started recording them, and like, so that album, dude, we did it. We kind of did it by sections, you know, because Colros didn't know like every song through and through. The only song that I think he did all the way through was "Disembodied." He knew that song like fucking front to back, you know. And but the other songs were like kind of just do like, you know, half kind of deal, and it worked out perfect, dude. And like, you know, long story short, fucking you know, couldn't be more proud of that album. It's got a fucking it's got a field and vibe of its own, and it kind of like restructured our thinking of
my buddy Dan Kenny and we would listen to that just as much as we would listen to Pearson Within, just as much as we would listen to Cranial Impalement. It would be right up on that top shelf for us for albums, dude.
And just jamming with that guy, throwing riffs at him and seeing the fucking beats he would play behind it, and he was like, wow, dude.
And what's wild to me is it's
solid,
little
like,
to no fills. Little to no fills.
yeah,
The whole album.
we didn't really want too many fills. We kind of asked them to just kind of fucking play straight through because that's what we envisioned. You know, we just want to blast fucking. You know, we had a different fucking thinking. You know, at that time.
No, it's that also added to it being unique because there were so many other bands that were, you know, Phil crazy.
Yeah,
and then you have this just
straightforward,
very precise, calculated album, which is Bleeding Profusely and Cole Ross on drums. It was a massive hit, dude. That album front to back is just a killer one, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm, you know, like I said, I'm very proud of, like, you know, the outcome of the whole fucking thing. But yeah, just like looking back at like the whole fucking spectrum of things, how it evolved into it was a fucking trip, dude. You know, like, and then like we dude, and I wish I could still get a copy of this. I've been bugging the engineer, but like, you can never find it. But we did this. We finished the album, and we had some time to kill. And fucking dude, we wrote like 3 songs. And we had this band called Nunfucker, right? And it was like just straight like Terrorizer fucking
grindy shit,
grindy shit. But it was super catchy, and I fucking wish I could get a copy of that shit, man, because it's like for back then, I was like pretty fucking proud of that too, you know.
Right.
Us just like on the fly, dude, just fucking wrote 3 songs on the spot right there, you know. And it was fucking pretty awesome, but
yeah.
Anyway,
no, I've lost some things in the past too. There's a couple tapes that I've done that in other styles of music in my early metal days too that I've lost, and I really wish that I would have been more responsible with those tapes, you know. Because now I'm in my, you know, creeping up on 40 in a couple years, and I'm like going back on all my memories and nostalgia, and I'm like, oh man, I'm missing a couple relics, and
because it's like it's one of those things, you know, because it was like, fuck, dude, and it's Colros, dude. He had just a style of his own, you know, and such a heavy hitter, dude. And I was like, man, fucking the shit was just awesome. And I always like talk about it, and I wish I could like show somebody, you know, like
right, just to be like,
away, you know,
it did exist, guys, I swear.
You know. But yeah,
well,
that was kind of
okay,
the story.
so all right, so Bleeding Profusely, what was that record label? Because Cranial Impalement came out on the same thing. Extremities. That's what it was. And what was the other one? The
Masticate was next, right?
Yeah. No, I was just talking about what the other band, Eternal Suffering. That was the 3 bands on Extremity Records that I remember. All great releases, by the way, but probably a shitty record label since they're not around anymore.
We got $500. Let's fucking start a label.
Yeah. I don't even know what the fuck happened with those guys.
Yeah.
A Unique Leader, I think, fucking pretty much like bought out their license.
Absorbed it.
Yeah.
Word of Tonight is absorbed for sure, dude.
Yeah, it was good. I remember. I actually remember now that I'm going back. Extremities was they got me ticked off, dude, because they weren't like we wanted CDs, you know. We're playing shows and we're trying to get CDs for the shows, and they were just like weren't even calling me back, and fucking I was just like, fuck these guys, you know.
Yeah.
So, like, whatever, man. Live and learn, fucking.
Totally, dude. We've all had that experience.
Yeah, you know.
We've all dealt with somebody that lied to us.
Overpromise,
you know. Or overpromise, yeah. We've all done it, but dude, the one thing that's always going to get us away from that is continuing wanting to create art. So
yeah, that's it.
Is, dude.
That's it. You know, we're fucking, you know, still to this day we're hungry. You know, we're just want to fucking put out music, man.
Yeah, we've known from the beginning that this wasn't a career, dude. We've been we've been in it.
I don't know about the beginning. I don't know. But
I never wanted to make this a job, dude.
Yeah. I remember like getting a text. I was like, just had joined ODS and we're like jamming and stuff like that. And I got a text like, we're getting signed to Unique Leader and they want us to tour with like Psychroptic or something. And I was like, I've made it. I'm gonna walk out of class right now.
Yeah, fuck school, dude. I don't need to learn anymore.
Yeah,
reception was a little skewed.
Yeah. It's like, and then we show up to like the second show and they're like, hey, your pay is getting cut in half. Is that chill?
Here's a $10 buyout, dude.
Oh god, a $10 buyout. That was gold back then. It was like $5.
Yes.
Like, but I mean, that's the thing you have to do. Like getting into the. I mean, we jumped on Unique Leader, and I was like, well, Unique Leader is like I said, I was like watching Spawn of Possession walk into a subway and being like Justin Bieber. Like I was like freaking out, and then like we're on the same label now, and then I'm like, we're fucking famous, dude. Like this is crazy, But then then you hit the road. I remember the Bloodletting tour. We played LA, sold out, and Emperor was playing down the street, and it was sold out for like it was Deeds, Decrepit, Odious, and Vile, and like it was sold out, and I was like, dude, every show's gonna be like this. This is gonna. And then we went to Arizona. It's like 16 people. Like, all right, well, maybe not. I don't know if it's gonna be like
yeah. We, obviously we've all been there.
Totally. I mean, it's really cool to have like, especially at this age, like have your job, like where you can pay bills and stuff, and then you have your hobby, and then the hobby, like having music as a hobby, you have no real room to fuck music up for you, because when you only do music for money, it can only either you're gonna make it or it's gonna like ruin it for you.
I don't like the name. I don't like the word hobby though.
Dude, you don't go to Hobby Lobby?
I like to call it a passion, dude.
Yeah.
No, that's a better.
It's a little more.
It is more of a passion, Yeah.
I do sex as passion.
I know what you're
though.
saying. Fucking,
hobby is like whittling wood. And
sex is a hobby.
Sex is a hobby and music is a passion. All right.
Priorities, dude.
Yeah.
Well, that's a hard toss up right there. Give up one of the other guys. Hey, give up one of the other right now. What would you do? Sex and music, dude.
Probably die.
I mean, I can sing.
Just fucking, just put a gun in my head, dude.
Yeah, it's over.
But play.
Koras's son's in here.
Oh, hey, what's up, dude?
We're just
talking
about your
Church
dad.
of Deviants while you fucking Deviants, dude. Play fucking masticate to dominate while you shoot me in the brain, though.
And there, speaking of Church of Deviants from that tour, that Bloodletting tour, actually linking all this together, like Murray filmed behind Dennis for that when he did Church of Deviants, and I remember like seeing that when YouTube was like brand new, like YouTube had just come out, and like Murray put out this video of Dennis from behind, and I was like, he's fucking blasting so much faster than the album, not so much, but like faster than fucking Church of Deviants on the album. I'm like, what the fuck? These guys are insane. Like no click, no nothing, just like pure, just like just organic.
I mean, it turns it on like a fucking switch, man. It's
insane. It was insane. I was like, what? Like, because back in the day before YouTube, I used to find these like, there was like these it was kind of like a tape trading for like my generation with like this like little file sharing thing. It was like these underground file sharing things where like you could share your whole or everything that you have on your computer, all your whole music. And I remember when Trevor, RIP, from Black Dahlia, he used to same thing, DC++. It was called. And you can go on there. These certain, like, you have to get into a hub, but you have to have a certain amount that you're sharing to get into, like, accepted into it. And once you did, everyone on there, all their fucking libraries were.
You had access to everybody.
Yeah. So I would just be like, find one person that had like, the 7 or 8 bands that I loved, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm getting all this other bands I've never heard of. Just
Cock and Ball Torture, fucking Libido Airbag. Oh shit. It's all porno grind, guys.
No, we played with Cock and Ball Torture in Germany, and they were fucking amazing. It was fucking a lot of fun.
No, dude, that band actually is really fun to listen to.
Yeah, it's like crowd music. Everyone's just like fucking.
Yeah.
You're forced to mosh and move. Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a good name, dude.
God, cock and ball torture. I know.
Sadokismo, I think.
Yeah. God. What was that one band, Anthony? You brought it up multiple times. That we talk about. It's in the same vein. Fuck. God damn it, sick, Joel. Anyway, this is a good pod right here. Alienation
Mental, but I don't think they're really like porno grind. I think they're just like really weird check grind.
Yeah, but it's just like that was like kind of my
ball spouter.
That was my level ball. Yeah, that was like my level up from that style of music. It was like cock and ball torture, like like fucking
anybody,
whatever.
I think that's actually a really good recommendation. Is if you haven't heard them yet, Alienation Mental, Ball Spouter, great place to start with that band.
I need to write this down because we always talk about this, and I never.
It's before it, and before they did stuff before that album, and after that album, all of it's great to me. But Ball Spouter is a good place to start.
You remember what's that Piamia Arse Breed? That was a lot of fun too. Remember that was on Willow Tip. It was like the Piamia guys doing kind of a silly, but still like
the Piamia guys.
It was like a technical version, like a more technical version of Piamia. And I was like, but they were like talking about like arses and shit. But
yeah. Well, did I say that Dennis said to say what up to you?
I did. I actually.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Cool. Yeah. I let him know. Yeah.
Good. Okay. Cool. Yeah. That was.
So you can always tell him again.
Dennis has been stoked lately on.
Hell I mean, Gorgasm's basically. I think that's why people ask about like, oh, what's your diet? Because they've always been like the most intense, like tough.
You got fucking. You can down pick, man.
I know that's what I'm saying. I'm like, oh, look at his. I'm gonna look at his biceps. Okay, he down picks for sure.
Gotta grip that pick, bro.
Yeah. No, totally. No, that's
down picking seems like it would be a forearm thing too. You gotta have that forearm workout.
Yeah,
I don't even know where it's coming.
You hold
from.
the pick like normal or like head field?
Are you head feeling? No, you're not head feeling. You're doing
you
like
head feel it, or do you like two finger?
I don't know what is a head field. I don't know.
Head feels the two finger. And
oh,
it's like,
really?
Oh no!
Shit.
Fucking
like Hetfield holds two fingers under the pick, like.
Whoa! I didn't know that.
But like most people just hold like one finger.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So who else plays like Hetfield?
Some people Metallica. Doesn't Carey play that way?
Carey plays that way, and he actually. This is a fucking trip about how Carey plays. So he holds it like this, but he holds this finger on the string behind it to hit the pinch harmonics. He doesn't. He doesn't dig in. He literally like he does the pinch harmonics with this finger holding the string behind it. So
he does the pinches with that thing.
Well, yeah, it's just one of those artificial harmonics.
Pinches with that thing.
I know.
Fucking speaking of picking, our OG bass player Russ Powell, dude, he had fucking like I've never seen anybody pick, but he uppicked all this shit.
I was wondering about that.
I've never heard that.
I know.
He starts on the up.
I've never seen anybody do it like that, but yeah, he like uppicked all this shit.
No,
if you ever, like watch these fucking videos, they just look fucking crazy.
On a guitar,
is he uppicking like you down pick? Is he uppicking the same as you
on the fucking bass? Yeah,
it makes sense.
Yeah,
he's not just starting on the up; he's doing all up.
All up.
What the fuck? I've never heard of that.
I know it's fucking. That is fucking nutty.
That's the next trend, dude. Just fucking up picking, dude.
How are your upstrokes, bro?
Yeah, what's up with your ups, dude? Everyone's like, down? No, fuck you. I'm up, dude.
Yeah,
damn, that's a trip. Holy shit. So at this time, so how did you come in contact with Unique Leader coming from this? So man. Like, how did the process start? Because obviously that's how I found you.
I think, well, they somehow, I think Eric knew Steve from Extremities, and that's, they ended up maybe like licensing that. They got the licensing for that album, but then I think he just like, I guess he liked our shit and hit us up if you want to do a deal, and just went from there.
So you never played with them or anything?
Yeah, I can't remember like all the like conversation wise or anything like that, like how it all worked out. But yeah, I think he was a fan. I mean, we knew who Deeds of Flesh was, and we're fucking huge fans. So we're like, fuck yeah, let's work together, for sure.
So did you like reach out to him at all, or it just was there's no like demo sent? He just, I mean, because I know,
I think
like,
he
as
just
far as
knew. I think he just
yeah,
knew who we were, because we already had stab wound out and bleeding, and you know, he just yeah. We didn't. There was no demos before that.
yeah, Eric. I mean, Eric and Mike just had their fucking pulse on the underground shit like
Yeah,
crazy.
totally.
Oh
Like,
yeah, dude, for sure.
it's like any one of their friends would be like, "Oh, this new band, check this out," or this band, check it out. You know, like they had like everyone was telling them, you know, what's the new thing, you know.
Yeah, I think,
When you guys were doing
that's
like
right.
when you guys were doing stab wound and all that, I can kind of taste a little Deeds of Flesh in there though too. So like, did you hear what was going on in Cali out there? Or?
yeah, dude. Fucking fucking early Disgorge, Deeds of Flesh. I think Deprecated was around. I remember,
Nice,
like,
yeah.
I remember like running into Boyer at like this fucking gig. I think Deeds of Flesh was actually on tour. He was with them. I don't think he was playing bass at the time with them. He might have just been on the road with them. I could
I
be
think
wrong.
everybody who likes California death metal should definitely seek out Deprecated's
Oh yeah, dude. And it was like,
Derided.
we're like blown away by that whole style, the whole Cali fucking feel.
Yeah, that's just like
Huge
a
influence
secret,
on our writing,
super
So
secret gem that
yeah.
that was obviously we found in Cali earlier than the rest of the world, but it still was one of those things that we put just as high as, you know, all the Deeds and Discord shit from the early days. And
Anthony, I have a
yeah.
question for you. Was that because remember they were remaking a lot of that shit, and wasn't it with like Terrence Hobbs on guitar and Matt Sotelo on guitar, or did that ever come out?
That I know they re-recorded like guitars or something.
Yeah, they did do that. And I'm
It got
not
released.
Sure. I'm not sure if it's like the one that's on like the streaming platforms and stuff. You might be able to find the old demo on YouTube or something. Like David knows.
So
David,
the original is it's a
something.
black cover with just the logo and it says Deriding
yeah.
History.
I think they recorded
that's
those.
the one I remember.
And then the newer one is like these bright orange, yellow, white colors going on.
Terrence and Matt, right?
And that one was released on Unique Leader. It's a re-release with new guitars. I think it might be the same AJ vocals. I don't know if Tori re-recorded anything either, but
I
haven't heard from Tori in so long.
Isn't it?
I don't know. I remember like hearing them talking about it and them posting a big might have been on MySpace days where they're like, it's gonna be fucking Terrence, Matt, fucking AJ, and Tori, and I was like, and Derek.
But then, you can trace Deprecated back to Pyrexia and Sopho and all. It's like it was just everything was feeding each other at that time.
Totally. That was like some of my favorite shit, dude. Honestly, Deeds of Flesh, Disgorge, fucking Deprecated, fucking goddamn, heavy influence.
Posted the link for the original
early Pyrexia, like Sermon of Mockery era.
Oh yeah,
yeah, dude.
Like breaking my neck for that shit, and of course Suffocation. It was like, it's still like honestly, it's like my all-time favorite. Old Hate Eternal. Still to this day, dude, it's just like, it's like, unbeatable.
It has that like like it's got clause in time, like where like what was going on at the time and what they did that was different from everyone else.
And we have a tether to it that was unbreakable. We're always going to be connected to that. It's always going to be what it is.
You know, the Hate Eternal demo with Tim Young on it, that song Messiah of Rage. I don't know if it was ever released on anything, but it's so good.
All right. Check that out.
Yeah, just that writing, dude, was just like,
dude.
Guitar work. I was like the fucking hook riffs, but
the way things sounded then too, like just the production that has to be also given kudos.
A time capsule of like it's time. It's what they're doing at the time. Like now they can make everything all perfect and cut out a note and throw another note in there, whatever they need to do to make it sound great. But back then it was just like this
rawness,
raw.
fucking, of the whole fucking package, and I'm still fucking, I can appreciate like the polished aspect of something, but I like to fucking hear something that's not perfect, it kind of that raw fucking kind of
It's
caveman
human.
vibe to it, if that makes sense.
It shows you that the people who made it are humans.
Exactly, yeah.
And
it's like the balance meter of like production versus human level, like how much of the mix should it be, like if you can find that.
It's the uncanny valley. That's what it is. It's called the uncanny valley, and normally it's like our relationship with non-human things looking too human. Like it gets to a certain point where it gets so close, but there's still
like digital.
Yeah, but it's called the uncanny valley, and it's the same thing with our ears too, dude. We can tell when things are robotic versus, organic.
Well, the cool thing about that time though is that there was no choice for non-organic. It was like has to be organic. You know what I mean? It's like they're not gonna. Not saying that it's like old enough where they're cutting tape like a fucking old Pink Floyd or Beatles thing, but at the same time, it was like way harder to like punch in or do something like that. Whereas now it's like, oh, you flick that part up. Yeah.
To your point is you had to fucking be on your shit and fucking try to fucking nail it.
Totally.
And if you didn't, you didn't, but you do your best, and what comes out is like, I don't know, man, it's just a different vibe.
I have a question about that for you, because like I've never recorded. Well, I did record on ADAT at some point, like in the late 90s. It's like when I was in high school kind of thing. But I've never recorded in a death metal band doing like tape at all. Like it's all been, on early computers and all. So like, was that on tape Bleeding Profusely? Was that recorded on tape or?
No,
it wasn't?
Staboon maybe?
What was that?
Oh, the Staboon EP maybe? Was there something where you did ADAT?
Or we did Staboon was ADAT.
Okay. ADAT. Okay, interesting. Well, that's
and then the demo probably as well.
Yeah, even ADAT, like recording back then, like how, like what was that like compared to like nowadays? Obviously,
Dude, I remember our demo we actually recorded at a friend's, actually one of Russ's friends' basement. He had like a recording studio there, and we just had to fucking nail it, try to nail it. It's fucking one take.
Yeah,
it's kind of like the old Rutan school of thought, which like I remember the first big tour that me and Casey did together, Black Dahlia brought us out, and we were like, we'd done like a bloodletting before, and we were like green, and we hung out with the drummer. What's the fucking drummer's name at that time? I forget his name, but there's a drummer that was brand new.
Black Dahlia?
Was it? No, for Hate Eternal. That one, I know. Fuck, I feel like a dickhead. But like he was telling me, because he was putting through the fucking Rutan school of nail it the first time, and he was telling me like, dude, I had to do like some songs like 40 times in a row, like because it's only one take only that he accepts, and then he just keeps it. You know what I mean? And I would see him backstage like just working like every fucking in between chance that he had. He was like sitting there just like, oh, like trying to get everything down with like headphones in, and he was stressing because he was like kind of not a known death metal drummer, and he decided to like jump into the fucking Hate Eternal camp where he was good. He was great. And all of a sudden fucking Rutan's like, one shot, motherfucker. He was just like fucking backstage like going like he was stressing so hard because Rutan just loves that organic, he loves the organic. He doesn't want to punch in with his band. He doesn't want to do any of that shit, Jade. Fuck yeah, Jade.
I had to look it up. Sorry.
I'd love to get Jade on here.
Yeah, you could see that aspect from Rutan. I mean, he's a fucking engineer as well.
He's a pro all around, dude. I mean, I've never seen a dude. I probably said it before on the show, but I've never seen a dude restring a guitar that had a broken string. He broke a string and restringed it, tuned it, and still finished that song.
Yeah.
They're
with
like
Floyd Rose,
Eternal's trained. Hayden was trained to continue playing until he, if he were to break a string, you know.
He's a no excuse motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's like, there's no fucking excuse.
And and everybody gets so. I remember the feeling of holy shit, he did it. You know, like he tuned in and he finished, dude. The song he finished.
Yeah.
It was like one of those, like, whoa, that's a professional right there, dude.
Yeah. No, mad props, man. He's like,
yeah,
like him and fucking Hobbs. One of my favorite players, man. You know, looking Cerrito back in the day. Fuck, dude. You know, those are like my heavy influences. You know, still to this day.
Yeah, Hobbs. I mean, we were talking about with that was the Gorguts episode where they got signed to Roadrunner or something at the same time, or no, like maybe Gorguts got signed later, and then Luke was going to like New York or something, and they picked him up and they brought him to their studio and jammed in front of him, and Luke was like, "What the fuck, dude? I need to level up so hard. This is insane." You know, it's like one of those, like, see it like done, like hear it on an album, like it's fucking sick, but like see them just like crush you in person. He was like, oh shit, I need to go back and like work on my shit. You know, it's like that's one of those healthy competition things.
That is like speaking of that kind of effect. When we did with Gasm, we did a tour with Defeated Sanity back in 2011, if I'm not mistaken. Fucking dude. I mean, like, we play our first show was Mountains of Death, this festival in Switzerland, no longer around. But amazing, like, setup, atmosphere. But anyways, my point is, like, we watched them guys play, dude, and we're like, dude, we gotta like game, dude.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, dude! Like, yeah, man. I mean, Jesus Christ, Defeated Sanity to this day, you know, like,
dude. Joel, are you going to see them tomorrow night?
God, I'm not.
I'm not either, dude.
I'm not flying. I'm going to a cabin tomorrow afternoon. So I literally had the promoter text me like, I'm gonna see you and give you a hug tomorrow. I'm like, but anyways, anyone that's listening live, if you're in Santa Cruz tomorrow, they're playing.
Go
tomorrow in Santa Cruz, Defeated Sanity, and I've missed them like literally the last 3 times I've come, and they come from Germany.
And
I'm like, feel like the biggest dick, but I make these plans way in advance. So, anyways, I feel
Adam
like
Human is it?
Adam Human, yeah, cartilage and shit.
Sorry, Adam, I fucking talked to you quite a bit, and I still can't say your name. That's actually how I feel about you guys and my last name. But anyways,
Trapani.
He's gonna go, and I really want to make it happen, but it's like,
no, all my friends are gonna be there. It sucks.
I can't make it happen, dude. And I really want to see Defeated because their newest records, some of the greatest shit that I still love to this day since it came out.
And a free flowing band. I just love how they're just so organic.
It's like a jazz aesthetic put into brutal technical death metal, dude.
I think my first time seeing them, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was fucking Death Feast open air in Germany.
No, I played there. Yeah.
We did. We played there. We actually had Mike Flores on bass.
Oh shit! Origin.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, and it was crazy because dude, he's such a fucking pro.
Hell yeah.
Came down. He was learning the songs like fucking on the fly right before we played, dude. It was like,
Jesus.
Yeah, the fucking monster.
That's like my nightmare.
That was another show we played as a 3-piece, you know. We did.
Yeah.
You know, we had to run like once when we lost our other guitar player, Tom Tanglos. He just up and quit, and fucking we just did a bunch of shows, man, as a 3-piece, you know. Fucking we're pretty active, you know. But it was like, for me, it was always missing that element of, you know, the dual guitars, the harmonies and all that shit.
Right.
Triple vocal attack and all that shit. So, but, you know, it is what it is. And played shows.
So I got to ask you a question, dude, because it used, when I first knew about Gorgasm, the rumor was it was Big Tom and Little Tom, dude.
Yeah, so I was Little Tom.
That's right. So you went from.
I don't know why they just started. Like, it was just like
So Tom had nothing to do with you, but they just started calling you Little Tom.
Yeah.
Is that why you would change your name to Damian? Is that where it came from?
Well, that's his
my real name is
real
Damian.
name.
Oh, really? Because I did some research on metal archives.
I know, and it's fucking crazy. It's like Damian
Tom.
Tom. I'm like, I don't know.
Oh shit! I fucked that up.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was like I was like Damian's like a sick ass fucking name. I'm like,
Yeah,
his name was Tom before.
Name, dude. Yeah.
He's like, his name was Tom, so he's like, how about call me Damian, dude, the
Yeah,
son
dude.
of Lucifer. How about
I
that?
think that we need to stop using metal archives as a source of
I know.
Yeah, they're a little off on that one.
I know.
Anything personal sounding, just not even take it.
Well, I literally ran here. I came here from work and like was like, oh shit, like I listened to like Gorgasm early in the week a bunch, and then I was like, okay, well, oh yeah, Broken Hope and stuff up. Let me just throw up metal archives on this other screen and just like have it be like a reference, and it's all.
I know.
It's all.
I mean, it is unfortunately like probably the main source if you wanted to be one-stop shop thing when it comes to.
It's
metal.
like Wikipedia. It's like Wikipedia. It's like might not be right, but like it's just because it says
that's funny how people
it's all like it's all guitar vocals as Tom. It's all guitar, and it says masticates guitars vocals as Tom, and then you had a 2006 promo, and then it's just all like Orgy of Murders, just all like vocals and guitars as Damian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like my alias, I guess.
I know.
That's tripped though. All right, I just wanted to touch on that because I wanted to see if like you were gonna be like, oh no, Tom's my middle name or some shit like that. You know,
I was like, yeah, it was just like a fucking thing, just carried over. It was just like you said, I was like Big Tom and Little Tom, and me and him were like back in the day when we were like fucking, we were really tight,
super
fucking,
tight. Yeah.
Jam.
Do you keep in touch with him at all?
Little Tom. Yeah. What's
Talk
that?
to him at all?
No, dude. He quit right after Bloodletting tour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we kind of like just butted heads on, and it was like it was stupid, It was like over writing new material, It was just we would always collaborate before that.
Yeah.
But it just came to a point where it was like I rejected some of his riffs, and vice versa, and all like he just took
it personal or whatever.
Yeah, really personal, and
Was it up picking versus down picking kind of fight?
Yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, no, and
no, that's hard. That's hard.
We haven't we completely haven't talked.
Really have not talked
I have
since.
no idea.
Oh man,
fell off the fucking face of the earth because I haven't like seen him. I ran into Russ Powell though after like fucking goddamn fucking like 20 years, and at a Morbid Angel that is Morbid Angel Suffocation tour.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And I ran into him there. I mean, we barely talked, just said what's up, and we haven't been in touch. So yeah.
It's trippy. There are those people in metal that you just, I mean, or in bands or whatever that you like toured with or whatever that just like,
yeah, but I mean, to that regard, dude, I mean, like I've been fortunate to fucking jam with like, a lot of fucking talented people, and that kind of everybody that I've jammed with influenced me or inspired me in one way or another and made me, I feel like, a better player, pushed me. So
totally.
That's what's up.
I'll never discredit anybody to for the past. It is what it is.
So I mean, you one thing, I mean, obviously I might be jumping a little bit, but whatever, I'm drinking. With you coming into contact with Broken Hope and stuff and starting to do like
come on, we went that I was just gonna say, dude, we were almost there. I just wanted to know about the 10 years. All right, sorry. Let's.
Well, shit. No. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, no.
Keep the timeline correct. I'm gonna.
I just wanted to know like what he was doing in the decade that he wasn't doing anything before we got to that, because I think the new Gorgasm stuff and Broken Hope kind of happened at the same time, roughly.
That's a better question.
All right.
Well, are you referring to the hiatus like before that?
Yes. So, like,
Yeah,
what were you up to during then? Like, were you still playing guitar?
yeah, but it was like, dude, I was really discouraged because I couldn't find another guitar player to kind of like do what I wanted to do. At least not where I was, like I just couldn't find anybody to fucking um share that same vision, and like and
Mhm.
do the down picking and fucking like and want to do it, you know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, not there's a lot of good players out here, but a lot of them do the alternate picking, and it's like, well, I want you to fucking down pick, that part.
Yeah, that's
So
what I'm
it's like
talking about.
I was really fucking adamant about the sound I wanted,
Hey, that's what's up,
part,
dude.
and I wasn't gonna settle for anything else. And
Totally.
so me not being able to find anybody to do what I envisioned, it was just kind of like, I don't know, I just put it on hold, for a while, and kind of just focused on other things,
Did you
mainly work
even like have
and
run?
development.
Do you ever run a time where you weren't playing at all?
Yeah, I mean, during that whole time, I was like, it's not like I was fucking playing. I took a long break, not like, I mean, dude, there was periods where I wouldn't play for fucking months. I wouldn't pick up my guitar just because I wasn't like inspired,
Yeah.
And it was kind of a bummer, but
No, but that happens, dude.
it does,
If you do it for long enough, that you're gonna hit one of those.
yeah,
Like
I
Lulls.
you look at it going like, I should probably pick that thing up, but they're like, fuck it, I don't
We've
want it.
all
Yeah,
had that
I
shit,
felt like
dude.
I just kinda hit a wall, and then, I was just discouraged to doing the whole three-piece thing. Always, another problem was, like, we ran into a problem with the bass player part, it's like, at the time, our bass player, Paul Garcia, fucking, did Masticate with us. Fucking loved Paul, and we were homies, but, he couldn't, yeah, he couldn't leave the country, you know what I mean? Uh,
Mhm.
Long
Yeah.
story short, he just couldn't leave the country and do shit like that, and we wanted to, we had opportunities to do that, so we parted ways, and then ever since then, it was always a hired gun, you know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
I always felt that, that just didn't feel right to me, and let alone just doing one guitar, uh, missing all the harmonies, kind of what we were known for, yeah, just I wasn't feeling it,
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of where that hiatus fucking, happened. And
Okay.
then I got to give credit to my boy fucking Kyle Christmas, because he kind of like pulled me out of that fucking slump, man. If it wasn't for him,
Nice.
um, Gorgasm might have not fucking ever happened again. And it wasn't like when we started. I'm not trying to jump the gun, but um, before that, like if he didn't fucking come in the picture and hit me up, I probably wouldn't have done, continued on with Gasm. Who
No
knows?
shit.
Who the fuck knows? Because like even when me and him started jamming, it was more so like, hey man, fucking, I can fucking blast, and I'm like, oh okay, cool, man, fucking let's fucking get together, and he was a fan, and
Mhm.
we started jamming. It wasn't like Gasm songs. It was just like we started that band Sadakist, right? I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys. That was like pre Orgy of Murder, and we did a couple shows with Sadakist, and people were like, "Damn, that fucking sounds like Gorgasm, this and that." And yeah, we're just like, "Hey, man, fucking, what if we just like start fucking Gorgasm back up, And
Yeah.
long story short, we got everybody. Dude, I ended up moving to Indiana from Chicago because everybody was there. I had Kyle Chrisman, I had Ryan Saylor, and I had Anthony Voigt, dude. And then we're just like, we're fucking tight, and we jam like 5
Nice.
days a week, That was before we did that uh fucking tour with Defeated Sanity in 2011. So
Mm.
we're on our shit, like, and it was a fucking great feeling, like
Totally.
jamming every day, doing fucking favorite shit I want to do, and yeah, so I get yeah, I'll always fucking be grateful for Kyle, fucking for what he did, got me got me off my ass, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, that was happening in Indiana. How long before Orgy of Murder, or does Broken Hope happen before that? Like,
yeah, Broken Hope fucking happened around shit. Yeah, because I started jamming with them, I think around 2011 too. Yeah, around that time.
Oh, we got the professor back. What up, dude?
Yeah, buddy.
I've had a whole adventure in this whole time.
We watched your
We watched
a
you
live
professing, dude.
We snuck up
live
on you and
professor
we
thing.
watched you.
You're gonna see.
teaching.
You're gonna
No, you could add me back. I thought you couldn't.
No, you didn't remove yourself.
We just saw the
It's
back
still
of
there.
your head, and we just
You were like pointing at
took it
stuff.
as
Joel and I
our
are
first
like,
video footage of you actually being a teacher, dude.
Dude, I was teaching
him.
him bleeding profusely, actually.
My man.
Just kidding.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
That's great, dude.
But yeah, I'm back home, ready to chill out. So
Oh, yeah.
So talk about the broken. So is that roughly around the same time in the timeline, though, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, fucking. So I think.
Did you hear about they needed somebody, or
Yeah, they hit me up. Fucking. Yeah, right around that same time. I think when we got back from that tour. Yeah, I think it was right around the time we got back from the Defeated Sanity tour. Yeah, they had asked me if I, fucking be interested in doing vocals, and I'm just, I was always a fan of Broken Hope. I mean, we're a
Totally.
Chicago band, we're like fucking, kind of like neighbors,
Mhm.
And I was like, yeah, fucking dude, I'd definitely be down to try out, and see if I can cut it, It's not like I knew I was going to be in, I was just like, well, I don't know, man, some big shoes to fill, so
Exactly.
so yeah, just stemmed from there, man. Fucking but yeah, dude, I was fucking came down. I was still living in Indiana at the time, and I'd be driving down like every weekend, fucking hit it, yeah, and it fucking worked out, So like I didn't really have like much input. I felt like I didn't have that much input on the first album as far as like creativity wise, I was just kind of just doing my part with the vocals. But like on that last album, I actually got to write 3 songs on guitar, and it felt good, to like put my kind of sense in it. Obviously not writing Gorgasm riffs. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to write kind of more in that vein of brutality, So yeah, it was cool, man. It was fun, It still is, it keeps me busy, and I thoroughly enjoy it.
Totally, dude.
But it was weird, dude, like as far as just holding a fucking microphone. You know what I mean?
Totally, dude.
I didn't know what to do on the fucking, around on the fucking stage, that was weird, man. I've gotten used to that.
Right.
How good of a bass player is Diego Soria?
Oh, dude, he's a fucking monster, dude. He's a fucking
that guy
monster.
rips.
Well, I mean, you can see what the fuck he does.
Yeah.
Discourage. And we toured with Diego and Discourage on that Deicide tour. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like I don't know. That was like I was already a few tours in with Broken Hope at the time, and I always like. And we were having some issues with members, at the time. You might have heard, you might not, but I was like telling Jeremy, I'm like, dude, fucking, if we ever need a bass player, man, this guy should be the fucking guy. You know what I mean? Like, and I always vouch for Diego. So, I feel like, I fucking, I'm proud to have that guy in with us,
Hell yeah. That's sick.
Yeah, Diego's a homie.
Totally.
Yeah. We were working on getting him to learn some of the new Discord new quote unquote songs for the Divinely Vomit set, and we were tabbing it out for him, and then he just showed up, and these are songs I wouldn't even, I like fuck around with them on stringed instruments, but I'm like, I can't play this, and then he can. I'm just like, wow, you're good.
He's the one that played with you guys in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great player and he's got great stage presence too.
Yeah,
Definitely knows how to handle the stage.
But see, he's just like, and then more importantly, he's a fucking good dude. He's humble. And it's just like it's good chemistry. And that's the most important thing.
He's been he's got a studio in Tijuana.
Yep.
He's recording the new Cephalotropsy in like the last month or so, maybe even just the last couple weeks. I was thinking about hitting him up to record some drums with him. Want to go down and check it out.
He's a hell of an engineer, dude. So yeah, he does good shit, man.
So with Broken Hope, there's like the connection to Metallica. I think Jeremy has the cred. Have you gotten to like hang out with Metallica or any of those guys?
I have not, dude. I have not. Actually, dude, we were on tour. Fuck, man, what was it with Cattle Decap? Fucking years ago, and I think we were playing somewhere in France, and Metallica was playing that same night, and we got done playing, and they went to go see Metallica, and fucking, I was actually sick though, so like I was like, man, I'm gonna pass, man. I fucking feel like fucking turd, But yeah, I was like, nah, I never met them. I take that back. I have met Kirk Hammett, only Kirk Hammett. He came out to one of our shows in San Fran in DNA Lounge when we were on that Obituary tour.
Nice.
And yeah, he came out, fucking watched our whole set, dude. And I remember like I didn't want to like fanboy the guy, it's just not my style. But I remember like we got done playing and fucking I walk upstairs and there's fucking Kirk Hammett. Or everybody was already talking about it as we're breaking down. He's like, oh, Kirk's up there. We walk back there and like everybody's kind of like rushing them, take pictures, and we're just like, I'm not gonna be that guy, but I just want to fucking say what's up. I think I just shook his hand, but he was like smoking a big spliff, and I'm like, fuck yeah,
nice,
nice, yeah. He was like, that was cool,
like, sweet.
He's like the nice moment. He's like the nice one in the band. I hear the cool one.
I was gonna say probably the humblest.
Jeremy's got, he's pretty good friends with him. I think they talk regularly. So
hell yeah, that's awesome, dude.
I keep seeing Kirk's solo album on my like Spotify recommended. I want to listen to it. I haven't checked it out yet. So it's like,
what did it just come out?
It's called like Portals. I think it came out like really recently. Yeah, it's like his first solo release when he's like in his 60s by now. So that's kind of cool.
Trip.
Yeah, good guy.
Because all he did was the solos, right? Any solos that he contributed. I don't think his solos were written for him, right? He had to write his own.
I'm not a super Metallica.
If I'm not mistaken,
encyclopedia, but
Kirk Hammett only contributed his solos. The rest of the music was written by the other guys.
Okay, well,
I might be wrong, but I thought that you learned that in some kind of monster.
Are you talking about a solo thing, or
no? I was actually talking about in Metallica.
I think that's exaggerated.
Is it? You think that he actually has some riffs that are contributed? All right, that's. Sweet.
I don't know. I would assume.
I thought in some kind of monster you learned that he only contributes.
Yeah. See, dude, someone said something, and yeah. See, there you go.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I'm wrong.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't put that one up. Sorry.
All right, so I'm a piece of shit. I'm sorry.
Joseph, are you doing that or something?
Yeah, that was me.
I was gonna say this one.
Thanks, Works of Art, for putting me in my place.
It says he has wrote
what the fuck am I talking about, guys?
Whatnot, meaning Kirk Hammett has written a small amount of riffs or whatnot. So, please, I just want to believe it.
I know he used to like.
That actually makes me feel better because it doesn't sound so military to be in Metallica.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So you guys were just talking Broken Hope. What's going on with plans for that band? Are we at the point where we're into the coming up forthcoming stuff, future stuff?
Yeah. So we're in the writing process of it. Jeremy's got a bunch of songs written. I've actually working on third song, finishing up the third song with that. So we plan on releasing a new album this year for sure. And
Nice.
man, fucking, we got some, we'll be on the road as well. Probably like late summer, and we'll be doing some festivals here and there as well. So yeah, it'll all be released, to the public very soon.
Nice.
All that stuff. But yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good shit, all good stuff, man.
That
I'm
last record was
excited
so
about it.
heavy, man. That was like easily the heaviest Broken Hope record, I would say, and it was sounded so good.
Right on, dude. Right on.
And my favorite in the discography, I think, is still that Loathing album from '97.
Nice.
That record rules.
Yeah, that's a Wes Ben Scotter cover, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
dude.
As
Fucking
well.
yeah, he's gonna be doing our new one as well. And I think
Sick.
that'll be like some. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be pretty fucking badass. Like
Nice, dude.
excited
So to
about
bring
it.
it back to the Gasm real quick, so I just wanted to make a couple of comments, which is, and to hear you talk about in the Bleeding Profusely era, what you guys had envisioned with like the speed aspect of the record and not fully getting it. I can tell after listening to Orgy of Murder and Destined to Violate that is where that's the pocket you guys were trying to be in 10 years before that, with your statement. And you really do notice that even if you want to go chronologically through the whole Gorgasm situation, 96 demo, stab wound, bleeding profusely, there is this exponential increase in speed. I mean, obviously with Orgy and Destined to Violate, the speed it's harder to move past that because it's so fucking fast on Orgy, know. So you guys kind of hit that upper threshold of speed with those two records. I just wanted to tie that into what you guys wanted to do in the Bleeding Profusely era, and then finally be able to achieve it. And what you guys were doing once you finally were able to achieve it it really was exciting because, when those records came out, I was not so much. We were talking earlier about phases that we go through. I wasn't really paying attention to underground death metal as I am now and have in other times in my life, and so I didn't really pay attention to those two records when they came out. But lo and behold, Cali Death Podcast forces me into something, makes me realize, like, yo, you missed something here, dude. You love this band so much in the first half of this discography. Here's two other great albums that you just totally missed because you went through a different phase, but now you're back coming through it again, and this is something that you're sweeping up that you missed. And I'm so actually very happy that I had a connection with those two records this week because they are very good records, and it is crazy to hear Gorgasm at that speed too, by the way. And there's new aspects too. You guys did explore different avenues that Gorgasm wasn't doing previously, but still kept the essence of what you guys were doing the whole time,
Yeah, and to your point, like, so, like I was saying earlier, with the whole Bleeding Profusely, like, we heard Cryptopsy and we were just like, oh, that Gravity Blast is like titties, holy fuck. But after it came out, like, it changed our perception of like doing. Obviously, you'll never hear a Gravity Blast on a fucking Gorgasm album. We probably never will because I just don't envision that anymore. You know what I mean? Like, like we don't envision it as a whole. It's just, I don't know. We're like, the formula that we got now is the formula that sticks and works and feels right. You know what I mean? And obviously, like, yeah, there's little transitions. Stab Wound was an entity of its own. It's kind of like where it started. Bleeding was more to me, and to some of my friends, they're like more mechanical kind of feel to it, and then like fucking Masticate was just chaos, It was, I mean, that was like a really chaotic fucking album. I mean,
there was a lot of anticipation for that record too. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. We were waiting for it because we were the fans that the last thing that we knew about Gorgasm was Bleeding Profusely. Then we hear you were signed a Unique Leader, and we're like, oh shit, it's coming out on UL.
Yep.
And there was this like buzz and anticipation for Masticate to dominate, to drop, and it finally did. And I was super fucking happy, dude. I was like, yes, this is a great follow up. They're moving in a more melodic direction in times, but you guys still had the melody everywhere.
Yeah. I think we always like try to incorporate the fucking melody, kind of like classical fucking interlude fucking parts of the songs.
Lots of catchy riffing though. It was a great album. All of it's great, dude. I there's nothing I can't complain about any Gorgasm album.
I feel like if those albums came out like today, or Bleeding, like right now, I'd be like, what?
Yeah, dude, because that if it came out today, that would be like a band that's actually harnessed the feeling and sound.
You guys got the feels in your shit, which is really cool. There's like this fuck, dude, it's like how Suffocation has that same,
dude. That's
like you guys just got that shit.
Because I mean that's
cool.
I mean it's Suffocation is like such a heavy influence on
dude,
my writing, and the fucking the chunky riffs, just the mix, the fucking notes, like
the Terrence's melodies and crazy technical melodic riffing too, like that. I love that we can all like take from just here. I'm gonna slice off a little bit of Suffocation. I'm gonna slice off a little bit of Deicide. I'm gonna fucking and then I'm gonna slice off a little bit of myself, and I'm gonna put it all in a cauldron, and I'm gonna fucking whip it up until we finally got a fucking lacerated masturbation, dude.
Exactly. Yeah, but I mean, but it's true. That's our formula, man. Like we never claim to be fucking, original fucking nobody plays like this. Fucking do it. And I'm not ashamed to fucking say we're influenced by this and this and this.
Right.
We all are,
I'm proud.
Totally.
I'm proud to be influenced.
It's all been done.
Because to this day they're still kicking my ass, and fucking I can't get enough of that stuff. So,
that's the thing too. But it's like you have your favorite meal, right? And there's all these ingredients to your favorite meal, but you can switch up ingredients. You can do all that, but there's this one meal, this specific meal that's cooked this very specific way that that's the way it's got to be, dude. And that's an album to me, dude. Like I go front to back on an album, and this is I'm gonna eat Bleeding Profusely right now, dude.
That's it. I mean, you got to take it for what it is. That's what we wrote at the time. That's what we were feeling at the time, the vibe, and that's how we came out, man. And then that's just like every album, it's a progression. I don't think we're ever gonna step out of that fucking comfort box too much, where it's gonna be not Gorgasm. It's always gonna push the envelope, but it's always going to be, you're always going to know what to expect with our shit. Like even the new shit we're writing now is like, it's fucking chaotic. It's fucking violent, but it's still fucking Gorgasm, and it's still brutal as fuck. I can proudly say,
Fuck
but,
yeah, dude.
Is Matt Kilner gonna do drums on the new record?
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
He's got his work cut out for him.
How did you guys?
He's a monster, dude. He's fucking he's gonna do it justice. I already know it, man. So
how did you guys originally hook up with him?
Actually, dude, fucking through Sasha, my other guitar player. Yeah, fucking he toured
Sasha's
with
rad.
He's the man. He fucking he vouched for Matt, and fucking, I watched some of his stuff, and I watched his Iniquitous Deeds, and I was like, yeah, dude, it's like you can definitely do it. What we're looking for, and more importantly, dude, he's a fucking great guy, fucking good chemistry, humble,
That's huge.
good talker. He's a hard worker, fucking hard player. And that's the only, that's the main fucking expectations that anybody that's in this fucking fold has got to fucking have.
Yeah, I was
Definitely.
scared shitless having to perform drums right after Matt at that show.
He did double duty, man, too. Fucking
Yeah, Cerebral.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fucking rad time. Hung out with him that fest. Hung out with him since.
Dude, man, he fucking, we've been on a bunch of tours together already, and I know what to expect from him, and I know Matt's never gonna let me down, with that. So
and then I'm
good.
a little confused now. Okay, so John Hull is your bass player, and
yeah, John.
and he's okay, and
John,
he's going to do a Devourment tour coming up, right?
He's going to do Devourment, yeah, fucking jelly. That's fucking, it's awesome for him, man. It's fucking
with
good.
With the homie Angel on vocals.
Yeah,
for Devourment.
and then actually I think he's gonna do fucking vocals for some Southeast Asia run.
Oh, he'll do the vocals on that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking tight, dude. But yeah, no, it's fucking mad props to John, dude.
You guys all stay busy, man, with all kinds of different bands.
We try, man. I mean, we're like, it's not like when we were younger, or even shit, dude. Even like going back like 5 years ago, I was like, fucking yeah, let's go fucking tour, fucking constantly. Now I can't do that. Now I got to pick my battles. It just sucks. I have like a fucking real job now, and it's just it's unfortunate. It is what it is, but I'm fucking pushing, and I gotta fucking be able to pay my bills, because there's nothing worse than being on the fucking road and being in a fucking beautiful fucking country and worrying and stressing about a car payment you can't make. You know what I mean? Like
your dog's thrashing.
Like, nah, dude, I can't do that. I gotta fucking
Though, I will say you guys seem to do pretty well on merch at Chicago. We were getting destroyed by you guys on the merch sales. We have like our one fucking design, and then you guys had like every album shirt. You guys had a huge line. The whole,
we did. I'm not gonna say we killed it on merch. But it's like, dude, that's like, we barely we don't play out that often, and
that's where it's at, dude.
Line up. It was our first show back after fucking COVID. Fucking new blood in the band, meaning John. Who, by the way, man, he's a fucking perfect fit, man. I love you, John, dude. He's the man.
Yeah.
And it was just fucking, it just worked out good, man. But that's a festival, so festivals, are usually a little more profitable than just a local show,
Right.
Maybe the like old school like touring circuit model can be like rethought a little bit, like kind of based on the modern like I don't know, because like back in the day that was like promotion. Like if you think of it, like originally it's like that's the only way to just promote. Like basically like the work is that like the hardest working bands or whatever kind of thing. But like now it's like all the internet and social media and everything. Like what if there's a way to like kind of like redirect touring until there's like hubs of like festivals and like spurts of shows, and then like you get time off, you can, or like I don't know, like
it's like the profitable bands. The profitable bands are like doing like the touring. They're hitting every state. They're doing all the things. And then like the bands that are kind of like more underground, like there's like hubs of like festivals, like a festival circuit for all them to hit.
Yeah, they're like little beacons or baton passes. To get
like
through to
like
the
clusters.
Totally.
Like instead of like
in a perfect world, right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
it's
America
kind of like that.
Think it,
It's kind of like that with underground brutal death metal. Like
Europe does.
Europe's
have that vibe because they got the the whole Summerfest thing going on.
Yeah, we're not quite there yet.
It's I mean, but the challenge in
more
that
profitable for bands, basically.
The challenge in that thing, though, like meaning like the Europe thing, the Europe circuit is trying to fucking find a tour where you can hit those festivals. You know what I mean? Because you know, because a lot of those, you know, the festivals like actually like cover your fucking flights. You know, yeah. I mean, it's just
trying to book the tour around the festivals.
You know, but it'd be nice, you know, like do like like let's say you do like all the weekends would be like a festival fucking thing, and then during the week it'd be fucking hitting the fucking local shows, working your way towards the fest,
Yep.
Yeah, I mean it's a challenge. Everybody
of
wants during that time, so
of that like one design you had, Joseph. So there was before I knew the dude, so this guy Robert Calhoun or whatever does the racking cabinets. So he tagged me in a picture that I was you guys played this like something LA Fest in 2014 with Vile and there's a bunch of other bands, but he tagged me in this and I was like wasted, so I don't remember it at all. But so if you see right here, you're wearing the Violently Vomit thing that you're talking about. Taking a picture and look at my face in the background. That's me in the upper. So
Joel, it's so good.
I mean, then I was like, holy shit! I have no recollection of any of that. Like that was
so good.
But
I'm so glad you posted that.
Oh man, it was definitely like one of those things I saw. Like, I mean, because tagging wasn't like it was like brand new. Like Facebook was just becoming a thing, and then it's all you've been tagged in a photo, and I'm like, oh my god, that's me. That is me.
Yeah.
Apparently SoCal Flesh Fest is maybe
SoCal
what they
Flesh Fest. Yep, that was exactly where it was. That's
where.
Sorry, man. I got to take a fucking piss, man. You guys
go for it, dude. Oh, dude, all good.
I pissed like 4 times, dude.
Oh yeah.
Hey, why don't we take an extra opportunity to talk about CaliDeathPodcast.BigCartel.com. Get yourself a T-shirt.
Oh, I got to put
here we go.
Okay, here we go.
There it is. There's the box.
Oh yeah, we got actually people in here. So yeah, we got merch up, by the way, guys. We haven't posted about it, but we mentioned it in the first podcast. I mean,
we're gonna have some social posts right soon. Now. Oh, look at that! Right,
we got a right-titted fucking logo.
Oh, look at that! It's so counterintuitive, but I love it.
I know, but I mean, it works for the guitar players, dude.
It's smart. I love you guys' idea on that. It's just hilarious. It's so weird. It's like the wrong. But I love it. It's like left-handed scissors or something.
Well, it's such a smart. Actually, I forget who. It might have been Anthony or someone that came up with it.
It was me.
Every time, like their guitar player. Oh, this is the new design.
Sorry.
That's a new design. Fuck yeah.
Yes.
That's from what Anthony was talking about earlier. The 100th episodes design that we got on there.
Zombie alien dude talking shit in the beach in Cali, dude.
Exclusive 100th anniversary episode design.
Yes, we love it, dude, and they're only $5 more than the regular ones. So
yeah, for a couple more colors. Crazy. But yeah, no, it's we've been talking about getting merch back on for a long time, and
what's up, Professor?
Nothing. I'm just.
He's giving the piece.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
I know his hand motions by now. It's like 113 episode.
I've got more merch ideas, but I don't think I can do it with Cali Death. But if anyone wants to hear, I've got the idea for a Groove Dad T-shirt, and it says "Where's the groove" on the back.
Dude, metal for moms too, though.
Yeah, metal for moms, Groove Dads. Like I have a whole. It's that Metal Dad Collective.
Yeah, dude. Shout out Derek McCubbin.
Yeah, I got to team up with him and get some more family.
There's something to that one.
Carrie and I are a part of that group too, dude.
I have my vote in for that one. If I was going to invest in that stock, Metal for Moms would
Metal
be...
family in general. It's time for that. Yeah, the kids, the parents.
Shout out to Dreamer too. I mean, they're recording right now. I keep seeing all their recording videos, and I'm like,
what's your idea, Casey?
No. That's it.
Oh,
it's all
yeah.
No. My idea is just a shirt says no on it. It's all no.
My idea is just my idea is just Metal for Moms, like as a make a shirt or like a Dreamer. I said that like a bit ago. Like Dreamer should say that.
It's funny.
That'd be a funny idea, real quick. That'd be a super funny idea to have like a Dreamer shirt that's like sponsored by Cali Death Podcast. Like, have like a double like thing in there. Damn. It's like people always like fucking come like they guest on fucking albums. Like I did a part in this album. Like,
Well,
that's what I'm saying. No one's ever done it, Casey. It's uncomfortable.
I don't
That's
like
why I
it.
think it's a good idea.
So
Throw the banana peel away. I don't like it.
No, I mean,
Trash, dude.
me and you both.
Just kidding.
I mean, we're not the most stylish motherfuckers, so I don't know if it might
Your
work.
shirt, dude. I was like,
Yeah, your shirt's great.
yeah, let's solicit shirt ideas
Ian,
from this
Ian.
gentleman right here.
Ian, this is a wall. This is a wall. Casey's the only one with the folding
I can't handle
thing
Joe's
behind
shirt.
him.
I know. I'm trying to keep the eyes like only the eyes on the screen. I've been doing all that.
You looked at the camera so you can't see that.
No, it is funny, dude. I've giggled to myself plenty of times because of that shirt. I'm very glad you purchased it, dude.
Oh, dude,
And
I had to.
dude, speaking of shirts, I was trying to figure out, is that a I can't even say the band name out loud because I'm not alone in the room. But you know what shirt I'm talking about, the shirt Damian's wearing. And that that band is freaking insane. Nick Hill is out of control, dude.
Crazy,
Have you guys
dude.
checked it out? AS.
Could you guys say it out loud so Joseph doesn't have to?
You know, Stan.
Is that
Yeah.
anal stab wound?
It's
What was that?
basically like Defeated Sanity, the music.
Yeah, it's
oh
insane.
really?
That's the next level of
I don't
You
know,
know.
dude. Can they really? Can you really touch what Defeated Sanity does?
dude, you got to check this record
All
out. It's
right,
called
all right.
Okay. All right.
Reality Drips into the Mouth of Indifference, I think is the record.
Reality drips into the mouth of indifference.
I'm going to get Nick Hill
Ooh.
on the pod at some point.
It's deep.
Dude, he just
Yeah, right.
recorded drums for the new Putridity. He hasn't even gone to college yet. He's a high school senior, like
Jesus.
starting school this coming
See
year.
that video? That video? Yeah, it's fucking insane.
Fucking
Yeah, dude.
kids these
Well,
days. I
I'll
tell you
admit
what.
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
no, you're making me interested, dude.
He's the
Yeah.
death metal
You
prodigy.
haven't heard it?
No.
Oh yeah, you got to check it out.
Okay.
You're going Diggs. You're going Diggs.
It's
All
pretty
right,
fucking
all
rad.
right. No, I'm excited now.
Yeah, no, it's
That's
been
cool.
kicking my ass too. Yeah,
The
for
new
sure.
blood in the scene's fucking awesome when you just hear something like, what the fuck? What are these kids doing? Like, they're
Right.
still in the same vein of like what like the old school stuff, but they're like,
He's doing
they
it
have
right.
they have the vibe and they have everything right.
I mean,
you know?
Big
Like,
Chocolate's been around for a
I
while,
fucking-
but he's been a little younger than us. But that new Disfiguring the Goddess record, dude.
I haven't
I
checked
forget
that one
what it's
yet.
called. Peep
I'll check
it.
that.
Peep
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It's very interesting.
don't
in a
you,
good way.
what's your guys' reaction to like every time someone comes up to you and they're like, dude, have you heard fucking Celestial Blablum? And you're like, oh, okay, well, I'll check it out.
It's
Like,
become like jazz. Like, have you heard of like John Dickerson? You know, like,
yeah, it's one of those
Like,
things where you
Jesus
feel like
Christ,
you're kind
I
of
don't
like
know.
out of the know because you don't know. And then they're like, they're trying to like, go like, have you ever heard of fucking Celeste? You know, like make up a fucking random name, and you're like, okay, well, I'll check it out. Like, because you've heard all the names, especially like bands in this genre. Like we play shows and it's just like
Yeah.
stacks of demos. Like, all right, well,
Of like
I'll-
diseases and other
yeah. It's like,
mental illnesses and
have you heard of like putridity redefined or something? Yeah, or like some kind of just
yeah, but I think you can remember Disfiguring the Goddess. I think that's a pretty
that's a cool name actually.
Yeah.
I think some of them make you think, you know,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh. Like Zenith Passage, you're like, oh, I like realized what that was about today or something. Like it's like you're getting stupider or something. Is that the whole thing?
I don't even know what that's about.
Yeah, see, I didn't either. I was like, well,
Explain it to me because it sounds like
I think that I didn't even know anything. And I saw something that was like the passage of Zenith, like you're like humanity just gets stupider. Like it's kind of like
It's like Idiocracy.
yeah. And I was like, is that what that
Damian's
means?
getting
Like,
comfortable, dude.
yeah.
Hey, Troy
that's
Troy
awesome.
Fullerton just ordered a shirt. You guys want to do a live?
Did
Oh,
you
we
just
gotta
hit
do
a
a live
glass of
bagging.
milk? Wait, Damian, did you just hit
Do
a
a live
glass of
bagging.
milk, bro?
I
I
bagged
did,
it.
dude.
Really?
Yeah, buddy.
Glass of
That's what's
Damn,
up, dude.
that's
You
fucking
need
nuts.
that
Speaking
that's
of
where
old
that
school.
that extra protein
Vitamin D,
is. Dude.
yo.
Full,
go live
yeah, you
bagging
gotta
for
go
Troy. We gotta do-
vitamin D. Fuck
Joseph,
2%. Fuck you,
Is it time?
non-fat.
It's fucking
It's time.
If you're gonna drink
Yeah.
cow's milk,
Okay.
you go full
right, okay.
fucking vitamin D,
I'm
bro.
on it.
We're doing fucking that's fucking a gangster fucking glass at fucking here we go. We got a live
Wait,
bag.
we got a live bag here right
It's
now.
gonna
Wait
take
a
a
minute,
while.
and-
I'm gonna have to. It's gonna take me a while to find a double XL out of this fucking
A
box.
double XL, Troy? We're not that.
Well, we got time. We got time.
Luckily,
today.
this song's
No
10
rush.
minutes long, bro.
Yeah.
Might turn down the volume of the music a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like full play.
How do I do that? I don't know.
I can do
Yeah,
that.
well, you gotta still be able to
Wait,
talk
hold on.
over it.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I got it. Oh, Joel's got it. I'm sorry. I didn't see that.
Dude, milk is 1
still
gram
in
of
bed.
protein per ounce, dude.
I don't even know, but it tastes good.
I love having Damian deal with a live bagging right now, just on the couch, just like what the fuck are you guys talking about?
Towards the end of his
So
episode,
like when we're
he's 2 hours ahead of us.
when we're doing a podcast, if someone orders a piece of merch live, then he's gonna bag it right now and send it. It's just a kind of like a, it's on the way.
He might show
We're trying
an
to
ad-
Amazon you.
Oh, full color. What up?
I gotta see your
color,
folding
like
job
that.
though.
Extra large.
That's
And
That's
how's,
fair.
Troy's on an XXL, dude. Sorry, but whatever, Troy. Whatever you need, brother.
Are you size shaming?
Murray got the first one. He was also an XXL.
I identify as a fat.
Murray went full color.
Yeah, of course, dude.
Nice. Thanks, guys.
Actually,
Love you,
did he?
brother.
Let me check. I'm getting the right fucking design. Actually, yeah, it is.
Okay,
All
yeah.
right. Love you, brothers. Thanks for the support.
I'm XXL.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, I'm XXL too. If I don't want to I don't know. If I want the fucking baggy comfort of a sweatpants, then I'm XXL.
I'm a large right now, but I should be a medium, and I'm gonna be working on that soon.
Poor Damien's like a fucking drinking milk at 11:47 a.m. or
Yeah,
p.m.
dude.
Jesus.
Hey, dude, that's if you had a cookie. If you had a cookie with that, you'd be like, "That's a normal midnight snack." Dude. Come on.
dude, that's the best time to drink milk.
He's just without the cookie. That's
Here
his
you go. We're gonna
secret.
seal this boy.
All right.
Shit.
There you go.
There it
There it
is.
is.
Troy,
There
dude.
you go.
Love
Got
you,
live
brother.
bags.
I'll send it
Love you, man.
tomorrow.
Bagged and tagged.
Fuck yeah.
Yep. Well, not tagged. I gotta print that tag now. But
I don't
Yeah.
want to do the whole tagging
We've
process.
actually accidentally showed
totally.
somebody's tag on a previous episode.
Yeah. Let's show his address and see. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, he puts his address on the
That's
thing.
great.
It's like,
Yeah.
like, dude,
Oh,
Tagging
shit.
that week.
I remember editing that. It was fun. That was in the old days when we had to do that. Yeah.
Yeah,
oh
dude.
man,
If you-
thanks,
yeah, if
Troy.
you
I
order
appreciate
something
that. It's
during an
awesome.
episode, we'll give all your personal information out.
And-
on the
and
live
I just
live
want to
podcast.
point out 3 people have ordered shirts. They're all repeat customers. So
Nice, dude.
You're
We got
getting a
to
little
branch. We
collection.
got to branch off a little bit.
Dude,
you know,
repeat
like-
customers are the most important, dude. Come on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They
Yeah.
are.
Know your demographic, you guys.
we have a strong core fan base for sure.
That's what's up.
Hell yeah.
Strong 3, bro.
Oh yeah.
We love you 3. No, for real. This was awesome tonight, guys. I really had
Yeah.
a blast. Damian, thank you so much for your time, dude.
My pleasure, fellas. My pleasure, man. It was a fucking honor for me. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
right.
it was an
Yeah,
honor for
guys,
us too, dude. I had a great time. You're a great dude. You're another example of we're just chill guys in this fucking shit, dude. You know, we like to hang and
Well,
make art and be cool and just have fun, dude.
I'd like
Yeah.
to say something. We talk about this like the Cali death scene and all this whole thing, but like when I was driving around in my old, fucking Dodge Voyager purple, like, I had like my CDs and I was talking about this like the other week and I was like, dude, like Bleeding Profusely was one of those CDs I had in my stack, like
I
along
had
with
to be there.
Wisdom to Hate and shit, like, that like 2000, 2001, 2002 era, and it was just like, dude, you guys like legends to me. Like, it doesn't matter if it's Cali death or whatever, dude, it's like you guys
Chicago death.
exactly, yeah, that's it's like that's like in
Cali
it,
death.
what I'm trying to say is that we play Cali death metal, but it's like super influenced by, obviously we talk about Suffocation in Florida and shit, but like Chicago and shit, and the Gorgasm was insanely influenced to us. Like,
dude. Well, I'm humbled to hear that, and fucking
it's-
yeah, man. That's
it's a
what else can
no-brainer.
I say, man? You guys are fucking totally chill, totally cool, man. Know
Oh,
your
yeah.
shit. So It's it's been a pleasure, man, talking with you guys about.
Do you mind only like 3 more hours and then we'll call it?
Wait,
off work.
I wanted to follow up. I forgot to ask at the time. You said you wrote 3 songs on the latest Broken Hope. What are the names of those songs? I want to like specifically listen to those ones.
So it was on the last one. It was called one of them is called The Bunker.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking The Carry On Eaters.
I see that one here. Okay.
Hell's Hand Puppets.
Got it. I got all 3 of them here.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna listen to that tonight.
Yeah, check it out, man. The Bunker's pretty fucking ripping, dude. It's probably like the craziest one, man. But yeah, check it out. Fucking.
And Ian just mentioned it, dude. I want to say congrats on your recent engagement too, dude.
Dude,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Real quick, how did you do it? How did you do it though?
Let's hear that story real quick. Let's see how you dropped the
before
question,
we end it. This is our ending story.
Oh, how did I drop the knee?
Yeah.
I had like all these different ways of envisioning it. I was actually my girl's already sleeping, so but the envisioning of going like we do a lot of hiking and shit like that, so we get out and about. But I wanted to go to our fucking trail spot and do it there, but dude, the weather was complete shit. It was like fucking raining and fucking. It was not.
You don't want to propose to rain.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't think she'll be down with that. You know what I mean? You're like, hey babe, put on your raincoat.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I fucking did it at home.
Hey, that's all good.
Hey, I mean, fucking rain permitting, that's where you wanted to do it.
It really doesn't matter where you do it. If you guys are in love and ready to take that next step, it doesn't really matter.
I got lucky, man. So yeah.
Fuck awesome. Yeah, dude.
That's what's
Congratulations,
up.
man.
Congrats.
That's really cool, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Well, I'm gonna letting everyone know I'm Mike Leon Shreds is getting our raid tonight, so we love you, Mike.
Shout out, Mike.
We'll,
past guest on the show, great dude.
Fuck yeah.
We'll go ahead and wrap this shit up.
Yeah, let's do it one more time with battleforgecoffee.com.
Oh shit!
Get your coffee from the homies in Deeds of Flesh.
Getting caffeinated.
Watch Joel make sure that his raid is working. CaliDeathPodcast.BigCartel.com, guys. Come on, let's support the show. If you guys love this thing, we love it too. It costs us money to do it.
Joseph gotta go. Oh, there. Oh shit, Mike Leon's on there. Nice.
Boom. Help us out, dude. If you can, get a shirt, support it, wear it at shows. People ask you about it, tell them to go to twitch.tv/Cali Death Podcast, which is underneath me right now. #beat it out. And then what else? Gorgasm plugs too. Oh wait, it's subscribe if you haven't, please. All the places, YouTube, twitch.tv. If you only listen to this thing, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, SoundCloud, all that shit. And to you, Damian, where do you want people to go for Gorgasm and Broken Hope stuff?
Shit, dude. Fuck, man. I'm so bad.
Google.
Excuse me, like the whole social media.
It's all list all the social medias.
Yeah, fucking just I mean, you can order direct from us. You can order from actually we did a licensing deal with Brutal Mind.
Okay.
And they got they're gonna be pumping out a bunch of like all our shit, dude. So
nice.
So yeah, order from Brutal Mind because they're gonna have a lot of shit for you to choose from. As far as merch from Broken Hope, JSR has a ton of shit. Merch wise for Broken Hope. So, and then just you can always write us personally, and we have exclusive stuff that only the band stuff sells. So yeah, I mean, fucking hit us up, and if we can't give it to you, then we can direct you to it. You know what I mean? So
another order thanks to
and stuff like that. So we definitely got merch.
we upped our merch game. So yeah, it's a good thing, man.
Nice.
Shout out Brock Nyron from Glenwood, Minnesota. This is going to you tomorrow.
Fuck yeah.
Nice, dude. Thanks, dude.
No, we're not gonna do
We're gonna go out. We're gonna go out.
I can't do it already ends.
It's been a pleasure, man. You guys.
Oh yeah, man. I love you
Damian,
guys.
this is really rad, dude. Thank you so much, brother.
My pleasure, man.
We'll keep in touch, dude, for sure.
Have a good night, guys.
Everybody else have a great one. We'll see you next week.